Ladies and gentlemen, anybody who is here, if that is here, hello. We are getting into the final bracket of the CCL VGC Pokemon League. It was a cube draft league for anybody not aware or in the know or just figuring out about this now. Had an amount of people that I don't remember because it's been a while since we started. Snake draft format for Regulation H, I believe. No legendaries, no paradox, no mythicals. Everybody started with 100 points. You had to make a team of 10 Pokemon. There were some trade windows involved, but your team could never break 100. And then we played matches. We played best of threes on Showdown. You allowed to change your team as much as you would like. You could see the results from the other rounds. You could take any of that information that you would like, but there were no open team sheets. So going into the game, regardless of changes made, the other person was not aware of them until the game started. So here we are in our final bracket. I believe our first match is Ian, or here Alexio, first, or Alexian, I believe he'll be in Showdown, versus, I'm pulling up the bracket, Ryan, or Tri-Coastal Deer, if I'm not mistaken. Should be pretty good. Looks like they're getting into it. And let me switch the scene. And we're here. Here and we're ready. On Ian's side, we have Metagross, Blastoise, Rotom, Hitmontop, Dusk Noir, and Typhlosion. On Tri-Coastal Deer's side, we have Annihilate, Mousehold, Hydrapple, Cinderace, Clefable, and Empoleon. Nailed them all. General strategies. Ian's team is very flexible. He has Fake Out Pressure with Hitmontop. He has Pressure and Ghost types. A lot of bulk, a lot of tools. On Tri-Coastal's Deer side, the always scary Annihilate gets stronger every time it gets hit by something super effective. So there's Beat Up on Mousehold. That is an option. Mousehold also with Population Bomb just could hit 10 times and do a nasty amount of damage, as well as some redirection. Notably, the Ghost type scary. However, we have a Dusk Noir on the side of Ian to kind of check our typings. At least from the fighting moves from Annihilate, he is immune. Hitmontop here, almost assuredly to check this Mousehold. We'll have to see if Terras come into play, but we'll probably have a hard time hitting this Annihilate. But we'll have to see what comes out. Be interested to see what's in the back. Ian kind of has two flexible, one bulky, one kind of fast, disruptive attacker with Hitmontop, Ryan, or Tri-Coastal Deer, with a much more standard opening for him. Mousehold Annihilate. It gives you redirection. You can set up with that Beat Up into Annihilate to proc his Vital Spirit ability. So we'll see if he has that or if it's an option he chooses. We'll have to see. But it looks like we do get redirection out from Mousehold. The Mach Punch comes in and does do big damage to the Mousehold. Bulk up on the Annihilate means we're set up, and a taunt on Mousehold means no more redirection, so we do get the bulk up on Annihilate. Our answer from that with Ian is a lot of damage on the Mousehold and a taunt, so there's no longer any trickery. If the Mousehold wants to participate, it has to attack unless it swaps or waits for this taunt debuff to fall off. How long a Mousehold at 20% HP lives in front of a Mach Punch Hitmontop we'll have to see, because Protect also off the table. Water Terra from the Annihilate. Ian chooses to take out the Mousehold. Rage Fist coming out from Annihilate into Dusk Noir. Takes him to about 49. But we curse, killing himself and putting this Annihilate on a 4-turn timer. That is the curse debuff. So forcing this Annihilate to either sit and hope to get enough value before it dies, or swap out, which wastes our bulk up. And so we're at 3 of 3, but this Annihilate is on a timer. Looks like we have Clefable coming out into the Typhlosion. Typhlosion looking to do big spread damage with that Eruption at full health, or maybe a Heat Wave. This Water Terra doing a lot of work into Typhlosion. On the other side, we have Clefable, incredibly bulky, Again, some nonsense normal type shenanigans as more of a supportive Pokemon, so we'll see if that comes into play. But both people down one. Annihilate on a timer, but does get the plus the 50% boost from bulk up if Ryan or Tricoastal Deer chooses to instead play aggro with this curse and kind of eat the damage and look for trades back in response. But we'll have to see what we've got. It's interesting, bringing both Mousehold and Clefable on Tricoastal Deer's side makes me think that there's some kind of threat in the back. The Mousehold and the Clefable definitely being more utility. Looks like a Drain Punch from the Annihilate was the attempted Typhlosion for some healing. That's protected, but Life Dew from Clefable comes out and heals instead. The Curse then taking that 25% tick, so we're back to 75%. And nothing happened. Bullet Punch, super effective on the Blob, but healed almost all back up with that Life Dew, so we're kind of in a stalemate. Protect was used on the Typhlosion, so is now vulnerable to the Annihilate if that is where Tricoastal Deer chooses to send his moves to. Notably, the value there is taking that max HP or current HP down so that the Eruption does less damage, but we'll have to see if Ian maybe has some trickery involved or knows now that's the intended target. Looks like Tricoastal Deer at least somewhat is looking to keep this Hitmontop on the field and deal with the partner. Definitely here more for some priority chip. Looks like it does go out for the Metagross. Drain Punch into Typhlosion does a big chunk. That's Annihilate back at full health. Ian, knowing Eruption not on the table, opts to just go for that Flamethrower into the Clefable, and the Metagross will eat a Moonblast with that Steel typing very well. And now we're here, 75% on the Annihilate. That Drain Punch healing not really a factor with the Curse, although the health isn't getting any lower. It's also not going any higher. We're back where we are. Steel Psychic from the Metagross, notably good into the Fairy type on Clefable, and neutral to the Fighting type of Annihilate, which otherwise Steel would be weak to. Typhlosion, not long for this world, I would have to assume, unless we're going to try to prevent another Pokemon from going down. We'll have to see if that is what Ian wants, or if he's opting more to just keep it out. That Metagross, make him choose whether to kill the Typhlosion or try to deal with this Metagross and answer in turn. Ground type for Metagross. Follow me from Clefable. Bullet Punch puts him to 7%. Rocky Helmet doing some chip. Drain Punch a little bit more, about 35% left on the Metagross. Not about exactly, but that Clefable goes down, and Ian takes the Pokemon lead. That's 2 down for Tricoastal Deer, and the Empoleon now out to play. Steel Water type. Kind of bulky, kind of fast. Not a huge hard hitter, but definitely something that can do some damage, so we'll have to see what work it can do. Both of Ian's Pokemon, while up a lead in total Pokemon, the Pokemon on the field looking very hurt. Ground typing scary now into this Empoleon. That water gonna be a threat as well as onto the Typhlosion, so a good matchup here for Tricoastal Deer. If Ian can find a way, we know his last Pokemon is Hitmontop because it was swapped out. If Ian can find a way to get one of these Pokemon down, he has a chance, but these two being so low in the face of a Pokemon with the type advantage, super scary. See what the choices are. Like Protect from the Annihilate, Protect from the Metagross as well. Focus Blast from the Typhlosion one-shots the Empoleon. And just like that, Ian with a crazy call out, knowing that Focus Blast would take the KO. And now Tricoastal Deer has this curse on all the way back from what was that turn? And now is dead in 2 turns, and Ian has 3 Pokemon. Annihilate has no spread moves. That means that this Annihilate is dead. There's nothing he can do. It's now just a matter of finishing it out. Drain Punch with a little chunk of health, but Earthquake comes out, and that curse at the end of the turn is going to take it. Game 1 to Ian. Up 2 Pokemon to 0. Well played. Definitely a close one. If that Focus Blast was maybe red by Tricoastal Deer, or if Ian had sent a different move in a different slot, that game looks very differently, but these guys are ripping and raring to go. We're into game 2 already. Will the leads change? The Annihilate not doing a lot. Lots of potential. That Pokemon is able to output a disgusting amount of damage. It has great typing. We now know it's Water Terra, which is very good into Ian's team. but it didn't do a whole lot. It kind of got, it bulked up. It did what it was supposed to do. It did hit some drain punches, but it was never one-shotting. It was never like this massive threat. It was more so something just to be, kept in check on the side while Ian kind of got to do what he wanted into the partner. 3 support Pokemon brought that game. Two support Pokemon, the Empoleon, but that Empoleon got one shot, so maybe a plan switch. Does Ian feel like maybe that game was too close for comfort? He has obviously the tools to win, but does he want to be put his back to the ropes like that again? Guess we'll have to see. What are the options? What are the decisions? Just looking at what we've got, the Blastoise and the Rotom not brought. That Blastoise not doing a whole lot. That Hydrapple really checks it with its typing, and the Cinderace really the only thing that, it kind of is here to stop. Knowing the Annihilape has water as well makes this Blastoise kind of useless. Rotom good with, some lightning threat maybe for the Empoleon, but you have to worry about the ghost typing with this Annihilape. That the stab is just too much, and maybe he sees a route. He knows his team. He drafted it. Maybe Ryan does opt to switch. If it's Regenerator on the Hydrapple, very easily can do some swap nonsense with Draco Meteor. Not a lot of Pokemon here are very able to eat. Rotom does end up coming. We have a full swap from Ian and a full stop from Ryan. We have double starter on the side of Tricoastal Deer. Rotom and Metagross on Ian, looking like a Gen 3, Gen 4 player. Gonna have to see here. Those are two starters, something to think about, and I wonder if Ryan knows. Does he have the pledge moves? Pledge moves are moves that starters can learn, and when both are used at the same time, actually get a bonus effect. They do something different. Depending on the mixture of water, fire, and grass, they all set different terrains or have different effects, and are incredibly strong moves when used in tandem. We'll see if maybe that comes into play. It might not, obviously. Never knowing if you're going to bring both starters at the same time. Ian, a lot of physical hits here with the Metagross. I imagine this Rotom is here more for a support role. So, things like Thunder Wave or other nonsensical support moves that this Rotom has access to that I just can't recall. Might looking to be play more of a slow him down again, like we did last game with that Curse. Hydrapple immediately swapped out. Lowers evasion, clear body resists. An immediate ground type swap, Shadow Ball straight up into the Cinderace. And a Pyro Ball to the Rotom, but the Rotom just barely lives it. Immune to the Earthquake from the Metagross. The ground stab with Terra, taking out the Cinderace. Not a big hit on the Hydrapple, but that is a turn 1 kill from Ian. And that Rotom barely living is so brutal. That means it gets to choose to do one thing. Annihilape is here. Our ground type now in the face of Hydrapple. It's kind of scary. Has to do, does it have things like Draco Meteor, Grass Knot, things that are here to do damage, or is it more here to abuse its Regenerator ability and do more, statuses, maybe some, hits that can drop special attack or do some trickery that way? I have personally used Hydrapple with Regenerator and Draco Meteor. Special attack 2 stages, then you swap out, heal the damage, and kind of cycle. That the goal. Something else. Downward Pokemon, Tricoastal Deer, immediately on the back foot. However, this Rotom is basically not a Pokemon. Should get to move. It is 1 point faster than Annihilape base, but Ian opts to take it out. Frisk to figure out the items. Assault Vest. Bound on the Hydrapple. Bulk up from the Annihilape. Water Terra. Protect from Metagross. It does protect the Giga Drain, and we are looking at a very similar scenario from the last game where we have a bulk up Water Terra Annihilape in front of this Dusknoir, who I think it's fair to say could just curse him again, and then we're back into a similar scenario. However, worse this time, because Tricoastal Deer is down a Pokemon. I protect down on Metagross, like he's kind of in some danger, and we know Giga Drain was at least the attempt into that slot, that Ground Terra, making it super effective. Bulked up Annihilape threatens big damage as well. However, the Ghost type, or dropping the Ghost type on it, makes it kind of neutralized in terms of damage into the Dusknoir. Water is going to resist the Earthquake stab, this ground type Terra. Players thinking. In an interesting spot here. It's like he chooses to protect. Psychic Fangs into the Hydrapple, but eats a nasty Giga Drain in return, actually healing to almost exactly 1% difference of its health, but now the Metagross is stuck at 17%, and now, while it looks like Ian maybe is up with a Pokemon already knocked out, that's Cinderace, he has a 5% Rotom in the back, and a 17% Metagross out in front of a effectively full HP Hydrapple, and a full HP and set up Annihilate. The Pain Split from the Dusknoir not going through because of Protect, so Ian's in a precarious spot once again. However, we said that last game, and he ended up pulling it out. We'll see what kind of nonsense trickery he maybe has cooked here. Both of these players obviously very good relative to the competition as they made it to the final bracket. So that comes out. Looks like we're just looking to save a turn. Rage Fist into Dusknoir, about 53%. Curse comes out, and this time, unlike last time, we are in the same. We have a Pokemon dead and a Cursed Annihilate, so we'll see what the last is here. That Rotom almost assuredly not coming out, although maybe with its speed it's going to come out. There was a case to be made to bring out the Rotom in front of this Water Annihilate and kind of double force him to swap. However, Blastoise is the option. Not a great look. We do have a Grass Dragon type out. Double a super effective into these normal like starter types, I believe. Could be wrong about that, but definitely the grass portion. And it's kind of happy to just sit here and click Giga Drain. Ground and Water, not really a whole lot to check. Blastoise maybe with Ice Beam, or that would maybe be the reason this is brought out. The Ice Beam is quad effective, although the types don't match. Still a lot of damage. Could be what Ian is looking for. Ryan kind of with this timer on Annihilate. Looks like we are choosing to maybe sack the Rotom. Drain Punch into Blastoise is about 38%. Ice Beam is the call. It doesn't get the kill, though. But by swapping into the Rotom, he does save a little bit more damage on that Hydrapple, not being able to Giga Drain as much health off the Rotom. Metagross is back out. Protect back on the table. So now, I think the base decision is, does Ryan double into the Blastoise, knowing Metagross's Protect and has been using it every turn? Is Ian maybe trying to bait a double into Blastoise and maybe find some cheeky kill with the Metagross? Kind of Ian's, I think, fork road to navigate. Ryan sort of in the driver's position. Looks like it is Drain Punch into the Blastoise, heal up some of that curse damage. Ice Beam comes out and will take out the Hydrapple. So, in Psychic Fang, down to about 28%. Last Pokemon for Ryan here. It is the Empoleon. We were in this scenario last time with Ian with two low health Pokemon on the field. Ryan with Empoleon and Annihilate, his last two out. But this time we're 2-2. Ian needs to do some, pull some trickery, some nonsense here, because unlike last game where he had a Pokemon to pivot through, ended up needing it, but did have that kind of cushion for decision making. Now, if Blastoise and Metagross are gone, then he loses this game. Ryan with a much healthier lead. Annihilate kind of forced to Drain Punch because he is dead to that curse. Drain Punch into the Metagross is called by Ian, protected. Grass Knot will take out the Blastoise. And unfortunately, I believe Ian is going to click Earthquake here. It will get the KO on the Metagross if it is faster, which I even don't think it is. If it's full speed Annihilate, and then Bullet Punch to the Annihilate. Grass Knot onto the Metagross, and that is game 2. Goes to Tricoastal Deer, where it is our game 3. Both games ending in very similar scenarios, but this time Ryan found his way out of a tricky one. Let me close here. Okay, on to game 3. We'll see Ian choosing to this time, or last game, drop the Typhlosion for the Rotom. Ryan choosing to drop the Household for the Hydrapple and the Clefable for the Cinderace, although that Cinderace went out turn 1. Still got the win, but not very useful there. Does that maybe shake his confidence in the Mon, or does he think that, assuming he protects his Cinderace, he's in an even better spot than he was the game before? We'll have to see, not to be in the heads of these. To note that this Annihilate, while obviously at last game in particular doing much more damage, not particularly going rampant like you would normally see an Annihilate. Looks like Tricoastal Deer going with back to his game 1 Annihilate Mousehold start. Ian choosing to, for the 3rd time, change his lead up, this time with Hitmontop and Rotom. Notably, this means that one of Metagross, Blastoise, or Dusknoir aren't here, which he brought in the last 2 games, I believe. So we'll see. Looks like goes from Mousehold instantly into a Follow Me. Mach Punch is going to get immune. It's a good call out from Ryan. Looks like, oh, but a trick with the Rotom forces Choice Scarf onto Mousehold, who can now only click Follow Me. Bulk up again for the 3rd game in a row into Annihilate means he's going to get bigger. Like we had seen, so got that physical defense, helps against the Metagross, the Hitmontop if it does choose to hit. Follow Me locked in on Mousehold due to that Choice Scarf trick, so we'll see if Rotom has anything else to do, or if he's really just here to sort of force this Mousehold into a Encore-esque scenario, although this time much harder to deal with. Now that item is stuck on the Mousehold. Out of there, we are going into the beat-ups. This is scary. Rage Fist, the signature move of Annihilate, gets a damage boost for every time it gets hit. Beat up hits 4 times, although it does very little damage, and that Rage Fist is going to start hitting like a truck in connection with that bulk up buff. So we are in a very scary position. This Ape is doing very big damage. Household now locked into that beat up due to the Choice Scarf trick from the Rotom, who is now dead. And now only click beat up. We'll see if we allow that Annihilate, not that it does have Protect. Not sure if we've seen that yet at all. But kind of can't click Protect, because if it does, then this Mousehold can do nothing. I mean, it can beat up somebody else, but for effectively no damage. See what the option is here. Terra down means that we can't water the Annihilate, so Typhlosion and Blastoise both able to do at least their normal damage to it, something we haven't seen in the first 2 games. Ian hope that he's targeting the Blastoise and go for a big Eruption, going for the double knockout, or maybe play it more secure and guarantee something with a double. Have to see. I can't imagine this Mousehold staying around very long, whether it's a swap or just being knocked out by Ian. Taking our time here. This is a pivotal turn. Ian down 1 Mon. Ryan in the driver's seat, but with a weak Pokemon and Terra use. So playing a much more standard game, not nearly as many tricks as this generation allows you with that Terra mechanic. Taking our time, we do get him out of there. It is Empoleon here to play. Rage Fist just with Stab and Type, one-shotting the Typhlosion, and Ian already down 2 Pokemon. And Empoleon here to stare in the face of Blastoise, so not a whole lot damage can be done there. We saw the Surf. It did 26% of the Annihilate, not nearly enough for the KO. Ian down to his last 2. Ryan hasn't lost a single one. Fake out into the Empoleon will stall, but Rage Fist here, another knockout, and unfortunately, in this game 3, Ryan found, unfortunately for Ian, excuse me, not in general, Ryan found his line to get to that bulk up Annihilate, and with 1 Pokemon left, it being a fighting type into an Annihilate, a Mach Punch for good measure. Weakness policy procced on Empoleon, but the Rage Fist will just get the one shot, get the knockout, and take the first game of the bracket. A very good series, back and forth. The Monkey just a little stronger than team was ready for today, but great games from both. We'll see you guys back in a second for our next set, which will be Jeremy or LPB versus Jacob. We'll be back shortly with that. Until then, I'll talk to you guys in a second.
Hello, hello. Yeah, and this kind of happened, I think, in the normal season too. But I was just, yeah, it's tough to deal with for sure.
Yeah, the Annihilate, I think. The first two games you really kept it in check. That curse definitely like forcing an option. Or on stream if
Sounds good.
definitely putting you in or putting the Annihilate in a sticky spot, but just getting that beat up into the Annihilate just is so brutal. Especially with that Hitmon top who just looked like it had a time getting through this type.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Hitmontop
Um,
did not do enough. I think I should have brought somebody else for sure.
did you have a plan? Like, was there tech in, like, were you looking to maybe get a trade with the Typhlosion, like on an eruption and force him to choose, between stopping that or stopping something that was active? Because I feel like the Typhlosion ended up.
Yeah, the Typhlosion, and then they took out Empoleon in the
Yeah,
game too, which
that's
was
true. Oh
which was
yeah,
clean.
that's true. The Focus Blast in game two was crazy. I was not expecting it to one
Yeah,
shot.
that he has an expert belt on for those types of things, for like the super effective Focus Blast, the Flamethrower, if it needed to on something. But it also has extra sensory, which I went for there in game three on Annihilate, since I think that will do quite a bit of damage to the Annihilate and bring it down low enough. But it couldn't get off, not fast enough. Actually, and that's one thing that I'm realizing I completely messed up in the team builder. I do not have a plus speed nature on Typhlosion, which means that at
Mm,
that entire time, Annihilate was outspeeding Typhlosion, which
yeah.
shouldn't happen because Typhlosion is faster naturally, and he did not run Choice Scarf. So I should have been outspeeding, but I was greedy. I went for the damage, which maybe made a difference in game two on Empoleon. Maybe that wouldn't have killed without a plus special attack nature, but yeah, that hurt a lot, not being able to outspeed the demon in Annihilate.
Yeah, it just sits there and it just punches you.
Yep, and it's so hard to push through it with in conventional ways, especially
Especially
with the
with
water
Drain
Terra.
Punch, the Water Terra, the Life Dew from the Clefable, the Follow Me
Uh-huh.
from the Mousehold. Just so many tools. You played him before? Was he running Regenerator on the Hydrapple? Or do you?
No, he was running
Oh, we
his
did
like
see
super
Super C
sticky,
Sweet. Yeah.
yeah,
I
which
think
didn't matter, but it
I
just
think
lowers
that
accuracy.
I think for his team, Regenerator is kind of nasty. Because if you
Yeah,
choose the route of, okay, Annihilate is going to be a problem, let me get rid of everything else and I'll figure out the Annihilate later. By throwing a
because that's what I tried to
Regenerator
do. Yeah,
Hydrapple out, you eat 50% damage, swap into something else, like the Clefable, and you heal. And it just kind of
yeah.
perpetuates that play style, or stalls that play style that you would try to do. So maybe an adaptation, maybe he knows something we don't, who knows? But
Yeah, yeah. That would have been a cool idea too. In this
man,
case, it was still. I can't believe I wasn't able to kill it with a super effective ice beam, but I guess
yeah,
I'm
it
not
was so
fully
bulky.
invested in special attack, and it
Assault
has assault
vest.
vest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was tough. That
Just
was good prep.
a big beefy boy, sticky boy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it was fun. I'm glad I went to 3 games. That was the
Yeah,
goal.
always glad to see 3 games. Would always rather people.
Yeah,
um, but let's see. So next is LPB or Jeremy and Jacob. Off the top of my
yeah,
head, Jacob has 2 modes: a more traditional mode and a Perish Trap. Correct?
that's right.
I'll be interested. He seems to be pretty comfortable doing both. I wonder if LPB has plans for the Perish Trap, or his plan is please don't bring it. That in the right scenario, a Perish Trap can be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I remember he played it earlier in the season, and then it seemed like he did in the middle of the season too, but then I don't remember seeing it. Maybe he was just like, oh, people have caught on, but he could easily bring it back here, and it would probably do work.
Playing into the delay between this final bracket maybe in his favor.
Maybe.
Parish song has fallen out of people's checks that they go through when they play somebody that they've seen them play
Yeah,
before.
definitely could.
And do you remember LPB's team? I could pull it up, but off the top of your head.
Yeah, yeah. He has a lot of scary stuff. He's got like the 2 extremely OP special attacker and Dragapult, fastest mon in the entire game, pretty much, at 142 base speed, which is just insane. And then Sneasler, which is also extremely fast and is premium physical attacker. So he has those along with a very solid like fake out user in Rillaboom, and King Gambit with Sucker Punch and
Oh, that's
just
right.
cleaning up late game.
I do remember from the league. I remember in my prep, it was like, man, this guy is just a physical nightmare. You just have you have Sneasler, King Gambit, Rillaboom to just mess with anything you want to do. That Sneasler is so scary. It's so fast, especially with that Unburden. If he ends up abusing that. Dire Hit or Dire Claw, just randomly sleeping you or poisoning you or whatever. It's just obnoxious. King Gambit with that. What's its move?
Its ability, Supreme Overlord.
Where it gets an attack boost for every Pokemon that's dead before, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So scary in the back. And then it comes out with a Steel Dark type. If you don't have a fighting type to check, basically
it's
immune.
Over. It's so
it's so strong. Kowtow Cleave, Sucker Punch for endgame scenarios. King Gambit is such a strong Pokemon. Obviously, honestly, pretty close to something like that Annihilate we saw in your game, just with less setup and more just raw power out the gate. Airstrap, kind of threatened by kind of fast, quick, like low to the ground damage. Kind of hoping you require some time to go, hopefully. Or maybe Jacob sees that and adjusts, or maybe he has a way around it. Especially in a cube draft, nobody fighting those holes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if we're going to see Wug Trio, but I kind of hope we do. With some just crazy all-out water attacks.
Doesn't Wug Trio have a signature like ability or move that is like not very good?
Yeah,
it's called triple. It's triple dive. It has base power 30. It's 95% accurate, and it hits 3 times. That's it. Unfortunately, that Pokemon is just not very good. But its aura is phenomenal. It's up there in terms of anybody who's
aura.
Being that confident, being that wiggly. I think that just puts a tier of your.
Yep. Yeah, the Incineroar versus like Incineroar, an excellent fire type fake out, and then we have Rillaboom on Jeremy's side, which is excellent grass type fake out. Both are bulky. Both could do extremely high damage, which is
Incineroar, the single best Pokemon of all time.
Goat, Wolfie's goat.
Just so absolutely disgusting. Coined by obviously the goat. Intimidate, super threatening, especially into something like this physical heavy comp. Bulky is all get out.
Primarina is usually really, really good on Jacob's team too. I feel like it's Primarina has won him a lot of these games, if memory serves.
Primarina, though, with that water fairy type, it gets checked by Sneasler, it gets checked by Rillaboom, it gets checked by King Gambit. Kind of a triple threat. It's good into the Dragapult, for sure, and things like the Magmar if it comes, super good. But I'm wondering if that Primarina will see much of it all. Things like Hydreigon, could come into play. I doubt it, but I'm just looking for tools here. Gothitelle has good typing for most, but Jeremy, at least on paper, I think, has a lot of aggressive type advantage. Whereas Jacob's Pokemon have more, I think, utility to deal with Jeremy, but have less, like, inherent counters.
Yep, I think that's true.
I'll have to see. My goat, the Darkspun, super bulky physically, immune to fire damage with that well-baked body. And, most importantly, has Wish.
True.
So you throw the big physical beefy boy out, pass Wish to some of your guys. Unfortunately, looking like a lot of special from Jacob. So maybe the Flamigo, maybe he techs it into the Flamigo. That would be hype.
It would. And it's fairy type like, what is it? The fairy type play rough attack would do a lot against Hydreigon and Flamigo. For
another tricky thing with Darkspun is body press.
Oh yeah, it could set up.
It's got a high base defense. You could get some iron defense into a body press. That's a way to go. Darkspun low-key looking kind of good into the Incin. Body press ignoring the Intimidate, the well-baked body ignoring Flare Blitz. See, I see an angle. That's all I'm saying. We could see the bestest boy come out here. See, it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. While we stall,
I think he brought Bennett. I'm looking at. Do you remember Jeremy using Bennett in the season, in the regular season?
Um,
Because
I
I feel like he did. I think he imprisoned with Bennett versus a
a
Trick
trick
Room
room.
team, which was sick. I don't think that's coming this time. I don't think.
I
Actually,
mean, does
Jacob
Bennett
does have the
learn?
ability to do
Yeah,
Trick Room,
that's
maybe.
true. And trick
His
room with
his stuff is
Parrish is
slower.
super impressive. Kind of turning the table. Does have some slow. I think Primarina and Gothitelle in particular are pretty slow. Incineroar
Yeah,
pretty middling. Kind of part of why it's so good is it can kind of just slot in whenever. Hydreigon also maybe kind of slow, at least compared to the
slower than
likes of
some others.
Sneasler and Dragapult.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everything's
Um,
slower than those guys. He's got some extreme speed on his team, does
yeah, I'm wondering
Jeremy?
if we're gonna see the Magikarp come.
Dude, that would. I mean, there's nothing. If he wins by bringing 5 Pokemon essentially, by including Magikarp in the 6-man lineup, I would laugh, and I think he gets double
It's kind of
double
heat.
points for that.
It's kind of
Yeah, it would be heat,
saying.
and especially if he only like has it like no tackle, right, and
True.
splash, because
True.
that's all it learns.
I know we've been harping about the offense of Jeremy's team, but there's a star defensive disruptive Pokemon on Jeremy's team that he does very much like to
Magmar.
use in that
Yep,
Magmar.
dude.
Boy, does that
Magmar's
Magmar
so
suck to
good.
try to deal with. Eviolite Magmar with like Will-O-Wisp, Taunt,
Follow me.
Follow Me, just like Flamethrower for damage, just so scary. Obviously, Jacob's immediate answer to that is in one part Liquid Voice from Primarina, but in general, just that Parrish strategy. Um, but if there's something like a Sneasler on the other side, you can't go too slow or you're gonna get mowed down. I think it's what's made it so scary for Jared season.
Yep, definitely. Don't think we're seeing Yanma.
Oh, very quick.
Don't.
Does have that speed, right? So every turn it gets a
Yeah.
speed up. There's a
Sliggoo
world
is.
to use it.
Yeah, Sliggoo is really defensive for sure, but I again don't know if that's going to be the focus of
I think what
Jeremy's
hurts
team.
the Sliggoo is that it can't hold the Eviolite because it's do.
Yeah, he would have to bring one over the other, probably. That's true.
And on the side of Jacob, Flamigo has what contrary, right? So kind of annoying. If there was some stat drop nonsense, is that what, or is it Scrappy?
I think it's Scrappy. I think it's Scrappy. Yeah.
Scrappy. So let me look. Let me make sure.
Yeah, Flamingo is definitely powerful with. I think if it can learn Swords Dance, I don't know. Maybe he'll try to set it up. I don't know what his angle is with that. Serena would stop Priority actually, which could be
Serena,
really good into Fake Out
the
and
Serena in this
Sucker
matchup is
Punch.
very good. It blocks Fake
Yeah.
Out from Rillaboom. It blocks Grassy Glide in the grassy terrain from Rillaboom. It blocks Fake Out, which we already said. And a Mach Punch or Sucker Punch. It blocks Shadow Sneak from Dragapult. It blocks
Mm-hmm.
a ton of stuff. I would
Yeah.
not be
I think he'll bring
surprised to
it.
see the Serena come out. It's a little scary into like Sneeze Magmar, just because of the typing. It does learn Triple Axle. It's got grass coverage moves, fighting coverage moves, so it does have the ability to put some damage out behind that priority stopping, which Jeremy very much wants to have priority, I think, both in the early and the end game.
Yeah, I think that's like a key switch in. Like say he has some threats out, Flamigo, Hydreigon, and Jeremy has his Sucker Punch guy and the Fake Out Rillaboom. If he just switches in Serena, like surprise switch in Serena, which nullifies those, that could be awesome. I wonder if it'll come up.
Definitely a swing turn. Um,
But he has to get it right, because you can easily mess that up, and
True. And now you're
if
facing
you
some
get
very
double
scary,
attacked.
very frail. I mean, Pachirisu, a fast little mouse. Not one of the better of the mice, but it has Thunder Wave. It's got probably Nuzzle, right? One of the two.
Yeah,
Nuzzle is so good. Volt Switch, not probably won't come, but for the sake of filling time, it's got something to do.
yeah. I think he's always brought Hydreigon, Flamigo, Serena, Gothitelle. Oh no, yeah. Incineroar,
And it's,
Primarina, and so he just drops one of those. So it's just those 7 he's only really ever brought.
yeah, there's just so much flexibility. You have like the offense or Parrish from Primarina. You have Trick Room / support from Gothitelle. Incineroar doing what it does. Dragon for special threat, Flamigo for physical, Serena for prio. It's a pretty well coveraged team. There's not a lot of gaps.
Nope. Nope. Only gap is yeah, if he brings Magikarp, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's true, but on the other side, Jeremy much more of a straightforward team. Most of the time, bringing Sneasler, Rillaboom, King Gambit, Dragapult, Magmar, and then +1 of probably Banette, Doxbun, or Sliggoo. Probably just Doxbun.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yep.
offensive, very glow to the ground in terms of getting damage onto the battlefield.
Hyper offense.
But the problem with hyper offense is when playing somebody with options is if they pick the right options, it can feel like you're choosing all the right moves, but nothing is happening anyway.
Yeah, that very well may happen. I wonder if we see the Perish Trap, which would be cool to see, honestly. He'll have to kind of. We'll see if Jeremy has options against Shadow Tag, or if Gothitelle will just be able to kind of lock people down and they'll protect, and Incineroar will come in and intimidate. Serena stops other fake outs. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if he brings Scraggy for Intimidate. What if he brings 2 Intimidators into this physically focused team that Jeremy has? Wouldn't
It's
that be kind of
possible.
sick?
It would be. It does turn. It probably turns off some of his flexibility, but I don't hate the thought of I know what his goal is. So
Yeah.
let's be more tailored toward it. I take some of my flexibility, stronger, a little more
Yeah.
risky, but for the most part, pretty safe. The nature of Jeremy. Sorry for the scene switch, by the way. I believe I right back screen off. Put it backward now to the draft doc so you can see the teams we're talking.
Look at these beautiful teams. Nice.
So yeah, we'll have to see. Not much to be said. Playing and a lot of these choices, while they can be theorized, don't really matter once you get into it. It's what 4 are out here and what 4 do I have, and on.
Rip to my squad. I'm saluting them. You can't see on the cam, but I'm saluting my squad right now on the screen. They did great this season.
And you
Proud
had
of them.
and word on the street is that you had a team prepared for every matchup you could have potentially had in the tournament.
Of course, of course. You
Any
you gotta
sad
assume you're gonna go
combos?
all the way.
Any sad combos
Yeah,
you were really happy you cooked that are just you might as well talk about because they.
that's yes, I did. Let me take a quick look. For example, we have a nice setup versus Michael, where if you'll take a look at my team there, you can see Galarian Slowking, who has Trick Room. So I brought a full Trick Room team versus Michael. He has some fast Mons on his team, and I can outslow a lot of his stuff. I brought two people with Trick Room, which is Dusk Noir and Slowking Galar. And then I brought a very slow Cetitan and Cleavor and Blastoise to just with just a lot of damage. But the extra sauce is that Slowking also has Chilly Reception, which is a move that switches out Slowking and starts Snow, which if I need to go fast, suddenly Cetitan is now faster than his whole squad with Slush Rush, the ability Slush Rush. So I had like an option to flip it if he stops Trick Room or if Trick Room runs out or something like that. And then we had Wide Guard with Hitmontop to stop his AoE attacks. It was going to be fun.
Yeah, that is definitely a fun it's like speed control, but only to yourself
Yeah.
almost, where you're choosing your mode and forcing him to adjust back and forth. Um, definitely wish we would have seen that in play. It's always fun to see Trick Room, especially a Trick Room who doesn't necessarily need it but like to have it. Because when you're so focused on it, sometimes too restrictive. Knowing you have outs side of it, I think Trick Room really.
We also had a very heat Choice Scarf Cetitan versus Jay's squad, which has sheer force as well. So we were just going to be throwing a lot of stronger than they should be attacks, faster than they should be with the Cetitan, which I think would have caught him off guard, and that would have been great. Had some key weaknesses targeted there.
Sounds like you had a lot of value in this. What is for all intents and purposes a low pick 8 Cetitan.
Yeah, well, yeah, it felt like there's a good time to try to surprise people. It's probably during the finals.
Sure.
But yeah, I ended up actually not having enough surprise factors for Ryan's team in the ape. I should have maybe Rancid Titan or something like
You
that.
think that what you chose to bring was maybe a little too flat, and so it didn't have the ability to kind of shine in a moment where you needed like a hero play?
Yep, yep, yep. I was just, yeah, hoping that I could punch through. Brought a couple of tools with like the Trick Rotom and the Cursed Dusknoir. Cursed Dusknoir did show up, but my tricked into a follow me, which was obviously painful. Looks like these guys are almost ready. They might be in game right now. Let's see if we
Take a
can
look
join them.
on Showdown, not quite in it.
I'm pumped. Teddy Ursa is watching us all.
Yeah, like isn't that a
Soulless
cute
eyes.
Showdown background?
Some would say cute. Some would
You
say
don't like
that.
you don't like Teddy Ursa?
He looks like he's contemplating our deaths.
That's why he's the GOAT.
That's fair.
I recently chose not only can you put Showdown in dark mode, you can also change the white background.
Yeah, sweet. I remember watching Showdown, like there would be a couple creators that would do like a nightly Showdown live match. And they would always do this. They would pick some random new different Pokemon art, for the background. Those were good times.
Yeah, most of my exposure with Showdown outside of this was just playing random doubles.
Which is fun, but extremely chaotic. I much prefer
It is,
this.
and sometimes you load in with stage ones, and they load in with 4 legendaries and 2 paradox Pokemon, and sometimes you flip the script. So, gotta that's kind of some part of the fun of it. It's like gambling a little, which we don't condone on this stream, but it is like that.
Unless, yeah,
Unless,
for sure.
unless it's the bazaar. Looks like we're getting the go ahead. Are in. Here we go. All right, game 2. Jeremy versus Jacob. On Jeremy's side, we've got Weasler, Rillaboom, King Gambit, Dragapult, Magmar, and the Doxbun is here, Ian. Doxbun is here.
Sweet. I'd love to see it.
Jacob with the Incineroar, Primarina, Serena for that priority, which we were talking about. Gothitelle, Hydreigon expected. And Flamigo, the seemingly flexible pick for him in this.
Yeah, Flamigo can nuke Dragapult with a fighting type attack.
True with that Scrappy. Also,
Scrappy.
Also 4x into King Gambit.
Yeah, 100%.
See how much that comes into play. Definitely a lot up in the air here. Both teams with LPB less so, but with options. LPB could lead an incredibly bulky Magmar Doxbun lead. More than likely we'll opt for some offense, but an option. And then Jacob, ever is tricky, has 3 modes with Flamigo, Trick Room, and Perish. We'll see which he picks, or maybe a combination of those combos.
Yeah, one thing about maybe his only purely offensive mon, which is Hydreigon, it has a really, really deep move pool. It's not the strongest special attacker out there, but it can learn a huge variety of type coverage. So he may have prepped something very, very specific here. I'm pretty sure it can know Focus Blast. I don't think Aura Sphere, but could even throw a Focus Blast onto King Gambit here.
As we get into here, game 1 starting, King Gambit, Magmar from Jeremy, Flamigo, Hydreigon, Jacob as a start.
Excellent nickname in High Dragon.
First time anybody's ever made that joke, surely. Flamigo
Definitely.
here to immediately check King Gambit. Terra's on the table, always a tricky system, so, something you would imagine that Jeremy is thinking of off rip. Magmar here to potentially Will-O-Wisp the Flamigo, maybe a Follow Me to keep King Gambit alive and maybe save the Terra. See, no support mon out for Jacob, so it's more of a who is he attacking in with what than what is his plan, although he could switch. Let's see here. Turn 1 sets the pace.
He definitely has, yeah. Ooh, okay.
No Protect does read the Earth Power. And the
Oh.
close combat, so he did double the King Gambit, which allows a turn 1 Will-O-Wisp on to Flamigo. Very scary.
Wow. He's
That
using
attack
the
is
vulnerability there against him with the big protect. Big protect.
And sometimes I would consider that basics. You know, where King Gambit knows he's threatened, so he protects. You know, me in particular can get caught in the, oh well, I know he's gonna hit, so he knows he's gonna hit, and now he's gonna get tricky. And sometimes you just have to click the protect, man.
Yeah, that's good fundamentals of VGC that Jeremy's showcasing here. I need to get better at those.
Agreed. And it allows Magmar to half health this Flamigo. It does also technically get put on a 20-turn timer, but for the most part, we're just excited that damage is halved. And Dragapult here place the King.
Ooh, big damage.
Ooh, eats the double and eats it well. That Eviolite Magmar has so much bulk.
Yeah, Earth Power did a lot though. That's either Expert Belt or Vex maybe.
True, and that was a burned close combat, so maybe it was a knockout, but we did know the burn was there. So Dragapult gets to come in for free, and Magmar, for all intents and purposes, can click Follow Me and have done his job. 2 Follow Me's and a Will-O-Wisp is a heck of a life for a support Pokemon.
Yep, that's absolutely exactly what Jeremy wanted Magmar to do.
Okay, looks like Serena is out. Follow Me is here. Kind of wasted the swap out, but still will get some value. Yep. The Dragon Dart's doing huge damage to that minus special defense Flamigo. That Flamigo might as well not be here anymore, so...
Nope. Good kill, though. If it died there and didn't get the kill on Magmar, that would be tempo lost.
More than likely lived due to a range as well. I mean, 2% is, for sure could have been even outside of a crit, a ranged higher hit could have, saved Magmar and then basically gets another Follow Me.
Yeah.
Sneasler is here, though.
One thing that is, I thought maybe Follow Me wouldn't work with Serena out, but Serena's ability does not block priority moves that work on your own stuff. So like Follow Me still works, even though it is
Helping
a priority
Hand.
move. Helping Hand would still work. Yeah, unfortunately.
We're here. Dragapult not afraid of the Flamigo. We can assume that outside of maybe a weak coverage move, it doesn't have much to check this ghost type. So Sneasler kind of looking to get the final wisp gasp from the Flamigo if he chooses not to finish it off himself. And then Serena, lots of coverage moves, but just a grass type, so could put out some middling damage, but I don't think Jeremy is very threatened on them.
No, yeah, definitely pretty middling is Serena's damage, but maybe they could set up with like a Trailblaze. I'm not sure. This is a tough matchup. Serena does not have any grasses, not very effective on both enemy combat.
And you could do something like bring in the Incineroar to cut the Sneasler's damage, but at 62% and the poison, stab special attack, it's gonna die. Looks like Dragon Darts will catch with the spread. Dire Claw to finish up with Serena. They're too fast. That's 2 mods down. No damage on Jeremy's Pokemon. Gothitelle and Hydreigon are here, but I don't know.
This is tough. Yeah, this is tough here. Depends on how much coverage.
I mean, he has 4x Psychic from Gothitelle onto Sneasler. I mean, Sneasler does go so fast that I'm not sure.
Could see a Terra too, just to be certain.
Yeah, Terra, Hydreigon could, on a good call out or a bad read from Jeremy, maybe take out this Dragapult with a Draco Meteor or something along those lines.
Yeah, Dragon Darts, just to even like, they might be just Choice Banded. Choice Banded full attack Dragon Darts does so much.
It is Choice Banded with its base speed. Oh, well, it's
big fake out.
There's no way that it's Choice. It was fast, but not fast enough. That's a one shot from the Hydreigon and a fake out on the Sneasler, and just like that, we're down to 2v2.
Yeah, the Scarf.
Scarf Hydreigon coming in absolutely clutch. You do have to eat the minus special attack, but you're happy to do that, into a Dragapult one shot. But Supreme Overlord King Gambit with 2 kills is here to play.
I thought we would see like an indicator that the Supreme Overlord worked, but I don't see
he could have Defiant.
Yeah, maybe he does.
Oh, okay, hold up.
Big Psychic?
No, Throat Chop is too much.
There it is. There it is, yeah. Well, Throat Chop, good to know Throat Chop is there. That stops Perish Song and things like that.
Absolutely. And hey, that as bad as that looked for Jacob in the middle, it ended up being 2v2. Obviously the next round, just due to speed, LPB's favor, but I would say sort of clawed back and, not very far off from what would have been a win for him.
Yeah. That was pretty good. I want to see the adaptations here for sure. Though It's also tough to adapt. It's tough to adapt to the ape. It's tough to adapt to a fastest mon in the game. Dragon darts goes to whichever one doesn't protect.
Something noteworthy, Ensign not brought that game.
Yeah, probably going to need it this time just to cut the attack of Dragapult. Now that we know that Dragapult's a physical attacker, we didn't technically know that going in, but now we do.
Well, unfortunately for the Dragapult, Clear Body is...
Oh yeah, if he didn't go Infiltrator, then he will have Clear Body. Very, very true.
And if Jeremy is looking at his matchups, he would know that Infiltrator not as good.
Yeah, definitely. He should go Clear Body here. You're right. Wow. So not only Clear Body just completely nullifies that. What a fantastic mon.
Yeah. So assuredly, Jeremy, I don't know if it needs to make many changes at all. Maybe could get punished keeping the same if there's something like a full defensive play from Jacob, but we'll see the adaptation. Magmar King Gambit in the lead this time, and the Ensign Primarina on the other side.
No Intimidate.
Unless I am seeing a graphical bug, it is Blaze Incineroar.
And that's probably because of Defiant. And that's actually probably why Jeremy has led King Gambit each game. He's baiting, he's trying to get intimidated so he can have, he says it in the chat.
A call up
Blaze
from the player.
Defiant worthless.
Yeah, and now that answers your question on the bug. It is Defiant King Gambit, which means he's losing out on the Supreme Overlord tech. And that's a great adaptation from Jake.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. He's very prepared. And it's Wolf's Incineroar that he's
Has to be. Has to be. Primarina here with that liquid voice, turning any normal move into a water move. If he chose, maybe in his torrent. Something I brought up in your game, Ian, but I don't know if these players are thinking of. Double starters out means that he could use the pledge moves. Do you know what happens when you two starters use pledge moves?
I actually did make a pledge team earlier in the season. Since I have 3 starters, I had with Sceptile one time.
Looks like it's a Perish Trap off rip with the Gothitelle with the Shadow Tag ability. King Gambit. Swords Dance. Now Perish is on the table. If anybody doesn't know, Perish Song applies a debuff to all Pokemon that hurt it, and in 3 turns, regardless of what is going on, or if they're Goldango, the most insane Pokemon of all time, they just die.
Crazy. And they're Shadow Tagged in, so Jeremy currently can't switch at all.
Yeah, the combo Gothitelle Shadow Tag preventing switches. Crazy and Sin back out now. Fake out into King Gambit. That's a guaranteed turn. Nice Magmar roaring.
It's
the Gothitelle taking out the Shadow Tag. An answer to Perish Song from Jeremy, now able to save his King Gambit and his Magmar. Almost nothing has changed at that point. The King Gambit will have to lose its Swords Dance, but he has prevented 2 months from now.
Still really, really good for Jacob here, honestly. Like, he's forcing a switch out. He has time to attack now. This is definitely a good spot, even though the roar is extremely clutch.
Yeah, agreed. And, depending on what's in the back, this Primarina is kind of just free to click Liquid Voice. You would assume that Jeremy wants this King Gambit out of here, and if Magmar stays, it's super effective, and if not, maybe Rillaboom comes out, and that's not a huge offensive threat into this. Obviously, the grass type isn't good, but we have Flare Blitz.
Could just wreck him. Yeah, I don't know.
A good spot from Jacob, even if he doesn't get the Perish kills. He's kind of got Jeremy in a pickle.
Yep. I mean, he could always follow me with Magmar and then go for a KO with this 2 times attack and then hope to switch out. But if Jacob predicts that, he can switch into Gothitelle, and then of course, and like if he gets a kill, he'll throw in Gothitelle. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like he has to switch unless he wants to just go out swinging here. We'll see.
It'll be an interesting decision if he could take a knockout here, which I don't see. Water Fairy is neutral to steal. He does choose to switch Gothitelle out raw. Another fake out to King Gambit, and we are back to Perished. Roars, pre-roars the swap Gothitelle slot. However, it does block any swaps that LPP had that turn. That is an obscene call-up. Jeremy is praying to get this roar in the right time. Unfortunately, I think that Jacob is free to just swap because it swaps off speed. Oh, maybe not. I think the Magmar... It depends on the Magmar speed tier. If the Magmar is max speed, he can get the Magmar out. Or he can swap. But if the Primarina or the Ensign are the fastest Pokemon on the field, the swap would go beforehand, and then it would stop with Shadow Tag.
I think it works like, as long as they're not Shadow Tagged right now, which they're not, he can click switch out on either one of these mons, and it will work. I don't think it stops it like post.
Oh, you are able to. Oh, never mind then. Fair
I
enough.
think so. I think so. Yeah. So if you wanted to, you could switch out both, but then they're both going to eat, attacks, right?
True, true.
I don't know. This is an interesting situation. I don't think I've ever seen this before. A situation quite like this.
Oh, you're absolutely right, because something like an Intimidate would go off after the switches. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
But yeah, you're either dead or taking massive damage from whatever comes in. That's a good observation as well.
Yeah, this is scary. Rar. Okay. All right.
He's gonna opt to swap out. Dragapult Sneasler now out, but here to take another Perish into a Flare Blitz.
Wow. Second Perish song is crazy here.
I think that maybe something like a Hyper Voice was maybe a better click, but we now are back into a Perish timer. Gothitelle kind of free to come in. Not free, but, is able to come in. And Jacob playing this game 2 very slowly.
Yeah. He's definitely controlling the pace of the game. That was honestly a very heads-up second, like Perish Trap right when they're already Perish Trapped. Like, they still had Perish Trap on both Mons. He predicted both switches there, which is
a bit of a gambit, right? If he doesn't swap, then...
Definitely worked out here.
Right? Protect from Primarina. Stops the U-turn. Double stops the U-turn. And now Shadow Tag is out on the table. The Shadow Tag block U-turn? It doesn't, right?
U-turn will work still. Yeah.
Okay, so I would assume that Gothitelle...
U-turnable.
My guess is that Gothitelle will fake the Sneasler slot to block the U-turn and will just eat the U-turn from the Dragapult, allowing one of them out, but guaranteeing the Sneasler more likely. Looks like the fake out does come out, followed by the U-turn. The Dragapult will get out of there, but Sneasler kind of stuck.
Yeah, definitely. Big flinch. There's the Hyper Voice. Okay. The damage is starting here.
Now, Fake Out is off the table, so Sneasler being as fast as it is will get to U-turn, but U-turn's at 45% HP, not where you want to be with a Sneasler.
Yeah. Jacob's got to switch out Primarina here, likely.
Does he? Isn't the Primarina pretty safe into the Kingambit? I guess he chooses to. Protecting a Gothitelle and Instant is here. Sucker Punch fails. U-turn into the Protect, and now the Sneasler is dead for free. Oh, you have to think that, knowing the Fake Out is down, that maybe the U-turn was more safe to the other slot, but you can never know for sure.
Yeah, he must have been predicting a Protect on Primarina there or something, but Primarina would die to her own Perish song if she stayed in there.
Correct.
Last turn.
So now we're back. We're back where we started. Magmar Kingambit.
Back at it again.
At the Instant, although Primarina was out at the start, but unless it's Gothitelle leaves, we are stuck here now, so we'll see what Jacob's option. Doesn't have the Primarina to click Perish song.
Are we sure this is only turn 8? Feels like turn...
This isn't game 4? We're not in a best of 7 series?
Right.
Now, without Jacob knowing he doesn't have Intimidate, this Instant could be more offensive. Something like a offensive Instant Flare Blitz could be scary into a 61% health in Gambit, although Magmar with Follow Me maybe will be good to cover that.
I wonder if he went with like a fighting type attack here. I wonder if he has any coverage on Incineroar or if it's just fire and dark type attacks. I'm curious.
I would assume it has the Darkest Lariat, probably the knockoff. We've seen the Flare Blitz.
Knockoff would be really good on Magmar.
Fake Out. It's Fake Out Flare Blitz. I would assume it's got one of Knockoff or
Darkest Lariat, yeah.
Or Darkest Lariat. Fake Out into the Ensign. Heat Wave from Magmar. Not very effective. Not very much damage going out. Hydreigon swapped in for the Gothitelle. Now Fake Out off the table. No traps or perishes to be seen. We are just, at least for now, punching each other.
Yep, and we know it's a choice scarfed.
Terra Fire from the Instant with a Flare Blitz into the Magmar, as well as an Earth Power, probably predicting the Follow Me, and a greedy Swords Dance from the Kingambit.
Very greedy. But, I mean, he followed me, of course, but dang.
But we know that this Earth Power goes before the Incineroar, so Hydreigon, with no changes here, is going to kill Magmar, and then the Terra Fire Stab Flare Blitz from Incineroar is going right to the Kingambit. You'd have to imagine if he plants, if that's what he thinks is going to happen, he'll use his Terra.
Yeah, or he'll Sucker Punch Incin, which I think will kill.
Terra Dark, Follow Me, Sucker Punch into the Incin, and he's going to trade Incin for Magmar, which I think is a good play.
Life Orb. Yeah.
Life Orb, runner 50% now. Jacob's first death with the Ensign, though, very healthy in the back. And LPB, or Jeremy, because I haven't called him that the whole time,
only
down to his last
Dragapult
two.
left.
In the face of this Hydreigon, who we know has at least Draco Meteor, and is scarfed, although it has to Earth Power.
Yeah, he needs to get out of there, or hope that... I don't like, for example, I don't think Earth Power kills King Gambit here. I don't think it does.
I think it's okay to swap into the Primarina in the Hydreigon slot because of the water typing being so good against Steel. Yep.
He does it.
King Gambit protects, Fake Out, it avoids, but basically wasted a turn. Phantom Force now out. Something is getting hit in the mouth.
Yeah, cannot protect against Phantom Force, which is definitely dope.
Would assume it's going into the Primarina, right? The Psychic resisting Ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. Psychic, yeah. I mean, no, it's super effective against Gothitelle.
Sorry, backwards.
But I don't know if she might not have been the target. I'm curious. Maybe they are going for Diva Girl here.
Okay, swapping to Hydreigon, assuming it's going into the Primarina. It does die to the Sucker Punch. Did he double? He didn't. It goes into the Hydreigon, but the Hydreigon resists.
Yeah.
Gothitelle is now here. This is what our team is like. The Scarf has been reset, notably.
Yes. We could see a Draco. We could see whatever other move, or just Earth Power. It won't be Earth Power, probably.
What if it's something like a Dark Pulse? Just like spread, go for kill both, maybe? Maybe it's not enough damage.
Yeah. I don't know. Dragon Darts.
Haven't seen something from the Gothitelle other than Fake Out and Protect. Fake Out is online. So another turn delayed from the King Gambit, whether it's Protect or Fake Out.
Yeah, because it actually protected... Oh, no, it didn't protect last turn. Yeah, so he probably just does it this turn as well. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what other move Gothitelle will have. Electric game too. Very true.
A slow start, but an exciting finish for sure.
Yeah, slow burn is paying off right now because these are some wild last.
Crazy to see two Perish Songs go off and one Pokemon total die to it.
Yeah. This Perish Song mind games have been way more intellectual than Ryan and I's match last time, which was way more.
And the Roar adaptation from Jeremy, forcing
crazy.
Jacob to always have to respond even with his own Perish Song out.
And the no intimidate, the blaze on Incineroar.
Such a cerebral game.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
All right, Sucker Punches takes out the Gothitelle. Doesn't protect because it's got priority over Fake Out. Flash Cannon does not do enough. Phantom Force is out, and I do believe that this is going to be Jeremy's game and the set. Yeah, Hydreigon now can't attack because of Sucker Punch. Bang. That is Hydreigon out. Two super hard-fought games, but Jeremy, does come out ahead, and man, those are fun to watch.
Yeah, those were intense.
Those were good games. All right, so G's to them. Like we said, cerebral games. Both players played well. Both, I think, were pretty close. I don't think, even if two Pokemon were alive, one attack somewhere kills these two Pokemon. So just Razor's Edge play, which is what you want to see. Even if it's only two games, they're two ripper games. That's what we're absolute heat.
That was heat. Now we've got Jay versus Ryan, I think, next.
Jay versus Ryan. All right, let's get our team sheet up. Jay versus Ryan. So from Jay, we're looking at Dragonite, Pelipper. Looks like some rain. Hisui and Gudra, Hisui and Zoroark.
That's Joey.
Oh, that's Joey, sorry. Jay has Arcaludon, Sinistra, Tyranitar, Breloom, Swampert, Frostmoth, Alolan Executor, Mag, and Golem. Obviously, immediately from this team, standouts, Arcaludon, Sinistra. So scary.
Yeah, this is I mean, you took a sweet advantage of Archaludon in the first season, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Steel Dragon. It resists everything but fighting and ground, which are dealt with Terras. Tons of damage with that Electro Shot, has access to Steel Beam, Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor. It's got the stamina ability, so every time it gets hit, its defense raises, so you can even do some body press nonsense into heavy physics. Very strong, very bulky. And then on the other side, the Sinistra, probably one of the best support Pokemon in the game. It's not a Mungus, but it's pretty close. It's got Trick Room. It's got Hospitality. Every time it swaps in, it heals its partner. Matcha Gotcha, which is a spread move that can burn or heal, or no, burn or lower
It heals
attack.
you. I think it heals you. The Machagash is like Giga Drain on both, and it hits both opponents, which is insane. And I think it has a small chance to burn, which is just icing on the cake. Doesn't need it, by the way, at all.
Those Grass, incredibly defensive typing, very good Pokemon. And then just some good at what they do. Big, bulky Tyranitar, quick fighting Breloom. Gallade, kind of a tricky Pokemon.
Yeah, Gallade has a lot of options.
A lot of tech.
For sure.
Swampert, everyone's favorite. I'm not sure if we've seen much of the Frostmoth or the Executor, and I don't think we're seeing Mag.
No, yeah. Looks like Jeremy's down for a post-game interview here.
Well, let's get him in. Pull him in here.
Sweet.
He has to say.
Yeah, it would be good to know. I mean, those were some good games. I'm bummed we didn't get a game 3, obviously, but that second game had enough sauce to count for 2, I think.
It was saucy, to say the least. We'll have to see what Jeremy felt piloting in that scenario. Whenever he chooses to join, he has been given. Go ahead, production. Can we get the guest
production?
in,
Can we tap this guy on the shoulder?
What's going on here? Do we have EA available, or we get a hold of his team? Maybe go to his trailer.
His trailer. Maybe someday.
And then until we get up. Team we saw, on the other side of Jay's team is your old opponent.
Yep. Big Ryan, Big Ape.
Back into the ape, the Mousehold.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if he's got like a completely different setup, or if it's, same Mousehold set, same Annihilate set. It definitely could be. He might bring Corv, who knows?
Yeah, I'm looking in some. Oh, it looks like our guest is here. Jeremy, how are you?
Congrats.
Off of a victory.
Hey. Oh my God, that was stressful.
Game is up, by the way.
The game is up. Looks like we're gonna yap while I don't know how to. An easy.
Tri-coastal, TRI, and then coastal deer, no spaces.
Yeah, I'll also be spectating the game, so I'll be a third commentator while we.
Let's go. Oh, nice. Let's see. We also have what is Jay's? I actually don't have Jay's. Yeah, TRICOASTAL.
Oh, I got it.
DWER. We're in. Yeah, so Jeremy, I mean, your prep was obvious. The games were crazy, especially that game 2. Holy moly!
That game 2 is so fun.
Yeah, that was insane. You both were hard predicting.
There were a couple swing points, which him and I just talked about, and I said I will make sure to mention in the interview so that our points get across. Beautiful. Is not the first roar, because the first roar was like, let them know.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I revealed Throat Chop game 1 so that Primarina would be more scared. And he would just never was scared with that Primarina.
Sure.
So doing the second roar, if that missed, game's over.
Absolutely.
If I pick wrong slot, game's over.
Absolutely.
100%. That was all I had, because I also brought Dashbun, because yes, the typing into Hydreigon, taking a Flare Blitz for a fucking defensive boost, so many good factors. I thought it also had Roar. I put Yawn on it, not Roar.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And so I was looking at the team prep and I was like, I can't bring this Dashbun. It doesn't do what I need it to do into the mode his team can bring. This is terrifying. So that was crazy. Also, we talked about the Sucker Punch one-shotting the Primarina.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a lot of damage.
I mean, you did SD and Terra, right?
Yeah, it was Terra. So no and Terra. No, yeah. I damage calced King Gambit into Primarina a bunch. And it was the only combination of things that made it have a guaranteed OHKO if it wasn't fully physically defensively invested with a positive nature.
Yeah.
So
Which
it
would be
still
crazy.
could have gone wrong. And it did have I believe it had a little bit of chip on it from a heat wave. I could be wrong. I think it was at like 87% or something. But so I don't know what the actual full investments were, but that Sucker Punch Okoing he wasn't ready for. I told you all season in our team prep that my team is so fast. I am building this team with none of my Pokemon are fully speed invested. My Pokemon are all speed invested to the point where they are 1 point above their fastest Pokemon. So like Sneasler and Dragapult have stuff in like HP or have adamant natures, so on and so forth. So the moment that Scarf Hydreigon came out with Draco Meteor, I went, oh shoot.
Like, that was great prep from him. And it was good. Oh shit.
Yeah.
We are now in turn
We are,
1.
Jeremy. Congrats on your win. That one was stressful, even though you won 2-0, so I'm sure you need some time to get your mind back in order. That was a cerebral game, so reset. Good luck to you in the next one, and hopefully we see you on the other side back in the interview channel.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Absolutely.
No, you're good.
Well, we're here, ready to go. Game has started. A very interesting turn 1. Both Sinistra and Mousehold using Redirection, Follow Me, and Rage Powder effectively. Annihilate choosing to, like we saw in the games against you, use Bulk Up, this time a Grass Terra, and Gallade choosing Psycho Cut, which almost one-shot the Mousehold.
Yeah, I think Grass Terra is a good idea. The key resists like electric and ground and water, which this guy has a lot, and grass, of course. This guy actually has a lot of those, and he brought all those mons. So
yeah, this Grass Terra,
really good Terra.
This Grass Terra looks like it's going to do a ton of work. I mean, maybe something like an Ice Beam from an Arcalodon or a Swampert could do it, but other than like a
Arch, does it learn Ice Beam?
Yeah, almost assuredly.
Okay.
Or Flamethrower, or some form of tech into grass. Maybe Gallade has some fire move. I don't know off the top of my head. Just because Gallade is one of those coverage-esque Pokemon.
Yeah, and of course you have Terra Blast options if Jay is ultra prepped. He could do like a Arch Terra flying Terra Blast, and that would be super effective.
For sure. Something I always forget about is Terra Blast. But for the most part, outside of Trickery, which is where you want to be, Ryan in a good spot here with this +1 attack defense, Grass Annihilate at full HP. And while Mousehold took a lot of damage, it didn't die, and so kind of gets to do what he wants this turn with a little bit of Follow Me.
Yep. That one Bulk Up, it doesn't seem like it would be that damning, but it kind of is. You just don't ever want to attack the ape because it only gets stronger and it heals itself.
Yeah,
and you just can't Oko it. It's too big. It's too
Something
bulky.
interesting though is that Rage Powder on Sinistra is not particularly useful. I think that maybe the Terra was a little preemptive. Follow Me on Mousehold, you're not taking anything from Sinistra because you can't click Shadow Ball, and so at worst your Mousehold gets one hit and you're kind of free. I think that maybe saving the Terra for a turn and seeing something like a swap would be worth it. But here we are, we're in Bulk Up, Eat Up, Annihilate, 4 hits, Rage Fist is out, and Gallade is also out.
Wow. My God, yeah. I mean, this is giving me PTSD right now, but it's weird because I'm watching it from the other side. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we're here. The ape is online. It has gotten a 4 times boost from Rage Fist, which gets stronger every time you get hit from Beat Up. So now very scary, and our Caledon out here to try to get some physicality behind it, but I don't know if it's enough, man. Annihilate is a scary dude.
Yeah, we need a Terra Flying or Terra Fire or
an Ice Beam Freeze or Protect from Arcalodon, Follow Me from Swampert, Rage Fist into the Swampert. And I fear that this first game might already be out of hand.
I've been there.
You would know. Now Rage Fist, a physical or a fighting move, correct?
Ghost type physical move.
Ghost type physical. I was gonna say if it was fighting, then the Sinistra resist it, but not even that is in play.
Yeah, Terra Normal is an option that would stop Rage Fist, but then he goes in there with a bulked up Drain Punch, and you cry. So not much.
One of the things that makes this Pokemon so scary is how much it covers its own.
Yep.
And this Mousehold not even dying, down 3 Pokemon already on turn 5. I mean, if I'm in the opponent's shoes, I'm thinking about what to do differently already. I think I'm watching this game, and I'm just taking some time to collect myself.
It's a go next situation. Try to get, I mean, ideally you try to get like a little more info, like trying to force one of them to use a different move or something like that. But Ryan probably just spams, same moves
Follow
here.
me, Rage Fist, Rage Powder, because surely, you can't Shadow Ball, so. A quick game 1, and I mean, that just shows you the power of the ape. Excuse me.
And we go next.
Not much to say.
Yeah, so we did end up bringing Corv, which is cool. I like Corviknight, but it can get rocked by Arch and its Electro Shot. So I wonder what the situation's going to be here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I can't imagine that Ryan has got much interest in swapping leads. That was a pretty decisive.
Go for a rain dance here then.
But yeah, it might be a rain Electro Shot. Just try to get some damage, even if we know it's Grass Terra. Just blast into it anyway and pray for the best.
We will see. Problem is that I don't think Jay has enough interaction to stop Mousehold here from beating up Annihilate again. And Annihilate can Terra Grass and be resisting almost everything Arch and Swamp can do.
Yeah, I think that if you're...
So I don't know what's going to happen here. Maybe a cheeky setup play.
That's what I was
thinking. Is going to be enough. Like Arch going for... I don't know if it learns Calm Mind.
Well, Electro Shot in the rain. Electro Shot raises your special attack.
Who knows? Maybe some body press shenanigans.
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking.
Oh shit.
You're good. Electro Shot does raise special attack and is a one-turn move in the rain. We're just immediately into the beat-up Grass Terra, Protect from Arcaldon.
He doesn't
Rage
care,
Fist
bro.
Does get eat by the Protect, so now Swampert is free to click a big Earthquake, but it's not that big when you're Grass Terra.
Effective. Yeah. Oh man.
Gosh, that's the turn where you kind of pray that you get the Protect right and get some damage out, but I just think that the matchup might just be
turn 1 Terra
too bad.
Is the safe play here, I think, actually, from Ryan. I'm realizing that he's just doing that to guarantee that he's not getting caught unawares by
and if we look at the team, what even is your option? You have like maybe Ice Punch, Breloom, Ice Beam, Swampert, or Arcaldon, but I think we would have seen that Ice Beam if he had it. Flying type from Arcaldon, maybe he has the, something here. Lives the Rage Fist, but the defense not really mattering. Electro Shot, unfortunately.
He
has a Power Herb.
No, the Protect.
No, so he does have Ice Punch on Swampert. So why are we not just targeting the Annihilate slot? Surely it's worth it.
I don't know. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't have killed, which is sad too. I honestly don't think Electro Shot kills there. It's not very effective. It's not stab either, but at least he would have gotten the special attack raise. But they're all slower. Annihilate's too fast.
Yeah, and he's a quick guy. I mean, you could have the Breloom or the Gallade that maybe outspeed 156. Like, even they're not fast enough. Breloom has like Mach Punch, but what does that matter? Yeah, I just think that Ryan just might have just brought the right 6.
Yeah. This is a matchup diff a little bit here.
Oh, Drain Punch into almost nothing. Mousehold is down. We are in a different board state. Yawn on Annihilate. Okay, wait, we might have a game.
Ooh, Yawn. Hold on. He's in
Arcaldon has Protect, so the Yawn guaranteed. The Arcaldon is guaranteed to live.
Wait,
even if he clicks Life Dew here, we might have something to do here.
Yeah, hold on, guys.
Steel Cannon, double into the Clefable on the Life Dew maybe, and but surely it lives.
It's so tanky.
Annihilate is asleep next turn.
Yeah. Maybe can he switch here? Do we have any? Yeah, he could switch, right?
He could switch,
he could switch out Arch.
You lose your Rage Fist stacks.
Survive it. Oh no, I mean Jay could switch out Arch.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but you're right. I wonder if Ryan. Actually, what we discussed when we were playing our match, I believe you keep the Rage Fist stacks in this current iteration of the game, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but-
that's just almost unfair. Right? That's just not how the
Right.
game. That's not how
They
it should work.
changed it, I believe. I think they changed it in like the new, like maybe just Champions or something. I think they changed it, but I believe at least what they were talking about is if Ryan ever does deign to switch out, he will switch back in and still have all that extra damage.
All right,
which
no
is-
swaps. Protect is out. Follow me from the Clefable. Rage Fist into the Swampert. So
Which
he's
does
calling
it.
to protect. So
Just
he's gonna learn another Pokemon, but now
No,
the Annihilate is
okay.
asleep.
Thought maybe he had Lumberry as well, but no. What item does this guy have?
A scarf or specs or
No, he doesn't.
or sorry, cloak or cloak or
maybe. No,
goggles
but- yeah.
or something along those lines. Surely.
It might be cloak. No, it can't be cloak. He has a. Oh no, I'm talking about my game. Whoops, Mousehold had cloak when he played me. We
And
don't
he
know
has
if
made
it's a different
changes, so
six.
he's for sure done some homework. So
For sure, he's prepped.
Blade is here. That's a strong, good Pokemon. We saw Psycho Cut do like a lot of damage to Mousehold without any special effectiveness. So Nylam could be in trouble. We know this Clefable at least could have Life Dew because they brought it against
yeah.
you.
Yes, they did. I would expect it would still have life too. Yep.
So can they kill? Surely they're both faster than Clefable. So can they kill? Can they do 51% to this Annihilate before? Oh, just a swap. Just a swap, and now our evasion has been lowered. We swapped the Tyranitar. Hold up now.
Okay.
Psycho Cut does
Big
big damage Hydreiple, but if it's Regenerator,
Right.
then that was not a free swap, but a value swap. Tyranitar taking some damage from Moonblast, but definitely not too much, especially not in the face of these. Although the Hydreiple being grass into the Tyranitar is not something to forget.
Yep. Definitely. Giga Drain would heal a good amount. Of course, Tyranitar
And we
is
do know he
extremely
likes clicking
bulky.
it.
Yeah.
And tears off the table.
For
We
sure.
might need to get this Tyranitar out, but then to who?
Yeah, the follow me is
Oxide
massive.
flinch, maybe? Dodging
Fast.
the follow me. Critical hit.
Oh,
takes
crit is
out.
massive.
Does he get the flinch? He gets the flinch, and just like that, we are in a crazy spot where we have a
Oh, man.
sleeped Annihilate, a 1 HP Hydreiple, and Jay has 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, that was calculated. This is looking
Wow,
like it's all
going
day
from the
here.
Rage Fist turn 1, almost a perfect opener from Ryan, into a full
Yep.
game swap is crazy.
insane staying mental toughness by Jay here.
Just knows that there's a threat, but knows he needs to get to a state where he can win, and sometimes you just gotta eat a hit or two.
Me in Jay's shoes after turn 1 I've already lost in my head.
Absolutely. And what a swing from game 1.
Yeah, definitely. Glade is an extremely versatile weapon. I don't know if it's
Yeah, no, I think it might just be it. Crunch does big damage. Glade finish Hydreiple.
Oh.
And Annihilate with no Annihilate with no
it's
spread moves means
defiant.
that he can't. Yeah, but without a spread move, there's nothing he can do. He can kill one, but the
Nothing.
other will do 9%. There's no, and even
Well, he could,
protect spam in
yeah.
the sand maybe even is enough. But Shadow Sneak will kill
And
it.
Shadow Sneak.
Does have to show
Wow.
priority for game 3, which we didn't know. So
Yeah, so we know
maybe
Shadow Sneak.
maybe could have just
We also know
clicked,
Defiant.
clicked 2 damage moves there and hid that. But we get the win, and win's a win. So we're into game 3, and what was a sweep in game 1 has turned into a 3-game series.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Pressure's on now.
Most of
What
our
do you
tricks
got
have been
going?
shown. The Hydreiple didn't do
Haven't
anything, but
seen,
it does
who have we not
exist.
seen?
Cinderace,
Corviknight,
Corviknight.
Cinderace,
Breloom.
Corviknight, Breloom,
That's it.
and that's it. Okay. I love Breloom, man, but
Yeah.
Breloom is not a great matchup.
Yeah, I mean,
it
it's
gets worked
kind
by
of
Fairy
fast.
type,
Mach Punch,
Ghost type.
super good, right? Mach Punch, one
Yeah,
of the
just-
OG prio moves that was super threatening. Get the punch coverage, but I think maybe just a little weak in terms of Pokemon like Annihilate.
Yeah. Psycho Cut he has to Terra here, or risk getting Psycho Cut killed, because it will kill. if
And
he
we know
doesn't
Psycho
do it.
Cut does 90% to Mousehold now. Is there ever a world
We
where
do.
you just click Psycho Cut Earthquake? Guarantee the
I think
Mousehold
so.
kill and chip your own Gallade? You're going to die to the Rage
I
Fist
think
if that's
so.
what he clicks.
Yeah, I don't, because if he clicks that, I think Annihilate outspeeds, Swampert and kills it, or will kill Glade and then Swampert will do minimal damage to Annihilate, but it will kill Mousehold. I don't know. I think maybe
Maybe he's going to value the Yawn again. Bulk up.
he bulks up
Saves
though.
the Terra this time. Sacred Sword Knows the
it's
Falcon
enough.
comes out, so goes for the
Effective,
stab.
yep.
And now Swampert is free to yawn.
Ooh,
Off
yawn.
rip. And now the bulk up. Maybe you get a turn of it, but you don't have the beat up damage stack, and you're asleep for sure. I would say Jay
Yeah,
is
he
happy to
switches
take a
here.
trade here.
Oh, this is a crazy.
Gosh, Jay
Crazy play.
using the knowledge from the set to adapt his play and show it perfect form here. Knows he's going for follow me, so chooses the stab move instead of the annihilate killing move, and chooses to yawn into the annihilate, knowing he's going to kill the mouse hole. That's a heads up play.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect opener here from Jay.
Ooh, and Cinderace. I mean, good against into like the Sinistra and the Arcaldon, but in the face of a Swampert is not looking too great, and now you've got a Drowsy Annihilate.
I think he has to switch Annihilate here. I can't imagine that he lets it go to sleep, because then you're just down him on here, and you can always bring it back in and get cheeky with it. Cinderace might knock out Gallade with if it's like Bandit or something. With
Like a
Pyro
band,
Blast
or the Pyro Ball or whatever.
Pyro Ball. You're right. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with those.
As fast as I'll get out, he does win the speed still, but this Annihilate, like you said, I mean, just assuredly you have, especially already down a Pokemon in your support redirection, unless you also have Clefable maybe, have to get this guy out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now we're no bulk up or no beat up. Gosh.
Yeah, nothing.
It's like we're seeing a foil. Game 1 is a, crazy turn 1. Game 2, super close. Game 3, kind of an inverse scenario. A lot of thinking here. Brian knows that he's on the back foot, needs to make the right calls. Jay trying to keep the lead as best he can, trying to find the...
Yeah.
Okay, so we're committing to the yawn. Pyro Ball does one-shot the Gallade. Earthquake comes out, will just hit the Cinderace. Big damage, and now we have the Sleep Annihilate, and if I'm Jay, I'm okay with that.
Definitely. Yeah. Annihilate falling asleep is big here.
We have Tyranitar. Tyranitar outbeat, meaning we can click Earthquake happier, because at least we're resisting it with our Tyranitar, right?
Yeah.
Sandstream is up, so we're chipping that sleep Pokemon a little bit, but also anything that comes in breaks any sashes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy is that, and we found out I believe it was game 2, actually it might have been game 1 that we found out that Annihilate's ability was Defiant. But it could have had Vital Spirit, which would have stopped this entire sleep situation. It can't fall asleep if it goes that ability, but
not sure why we're protecting on the Tyranitar. We're resisting the ground with Ground of Fire. I guess afraid of a fighting type move, but I think that
first turn wake up's unlikely though.
Yeah, I think he was blocking the Cinderace.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe more keen to throwing some damage into the slot, especially knowing we have a life dew. Maybe he didn't watch your game because this Clefable hasn't clicked it yet, but us knowing there's a life dew on the Clefable makes me much more willing to take a little bit of a risk and try to blast this Annihilate. But
you know what it is also, of course, he didn't want his own Swampert to get Earthquake damage on him, and that is a stab Earthquake.
Yeah, but it's ground type resisted. I think it's okay, right?
No, it's super effective.
Oh, he's rock. He's not
rock.
ground.
Yeah.
Gosh, I haven't seen a Tyranitar in forever. Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I think it would have done quite
it would have
high
done
damage.
Big damage. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I think he was it was kind of a forced protect there. This is getting scary. The scary thing is that if you leave Annihilate there, it's gonna wake up.
Follow Me comes out, still asleep. Rock Slide is out. Doesn't
these are
really
just,
matter. Citrus Berry by the Clefable.
He's powering up Rage Fist
by
hand here. He's letting the opponent do it, which is so scary.
Powering it up. No, you're absolutely right. I think we're really seeing the punish from maybe a little bit too much of a defensive play 2 turns previous, where now Annihilate is more likely to wake up than not, and now he's got a plus 3 Rage Fist, basically plus 4.
Yeah. This is a big Terra as well. He Terras, doesn't get touched by his own Earthquake. He's got great spread here. If what's his face stays asleep today, as in like right now this turn, then we're in a great spot for Jay.
Are we? Isn't Clefable just clicking life to here?
Probably. Oh, he's up.
Wake
and
up.
He Rage Fist.
Oh, I tabbed off. Oh no.
Oh, he lives.
We Rage Fist in the swamp, but he lives at 18%. The Rock Slide goes out. If he gets a flinch on the Clefable, he doesn't get the life to, and he flip turns out for the swap as well. And this is a scenario as an Annihilate that, you're looking for something like the Drain Punch, but have to send into our Caldon to heal enough because of the Flying Out Tyranitar, which means our Caldon can just protect. And now that the
Yeah, it
flying
can.
on the Tyranitar is here, both Pokemon are fighting, or one is grass and the fire is nothing. So I think Jay might have it.
This is intense. He could Drain Punch. He can't really Drain Punch on Archaludon unless he really doesn't think that Jay's gonna protect. He has to
protect the Archaludon. Rage Fist comes
he
out.
made the right play. Great
Okay,
play.
into the Tyranitar slot, and now
Wow, this is intense. He's just so fast here,
see
but he's
the
being
Swamp
chipped by
Hurt.
Sandstorm. But this Drain Punch is going to be absolutely massive on Arch. Actually, it won't be. He doesn't have that much raw attack on Drain Punch, though. It's mostly Rage Fist.
and it doesn't have stab, but he does have the 50% attack bonus. Is he going to choose to go the Rage Fist, knowing it probably won't kill the incredibly defensive Archaludon, and hope that Cinderace can clean it up and you leave the Swampert? Because if either Pokemon here get to use a move from Jay, I think it's over.
This is intense.
No, it's yeah. Okay,
he's
Rage
doing
Fist is
it.
out. It does
Okay.
one-shot the Archaludon.
Wow.
Pyro Ball does kill the Swampert through resistance.
Wow.
And man, that was a crazy game 3. A crazy series in general. What a good game. Holy moly.
That was
And
awesome.
Ryan takes it. Wow.
The
The ape. The ape is just too much. This Pokemon.
Gosh.
What are we doing? Game
That's
Freak?
crazy.
What are we doing? We're making this in Goldango on purpose? This was what we want the game to be? Is this? Come on now. Well played from Ryan for using it correctly.
so
well done. GG's. Well played from Jay. I think he has a pretty hard...
His prep was sick. That game 2, that game 3, I honestly thought Jay had it here during this game 3, but the power...
Yeah, it's just a little too much, I think. I was not expecting Rage Fist, a +3 Rage Fist to kill the Archaludon in one hit, especially without stab, but it did. Maybe it was a roll. I'm not going to go calc it, but man, what a good series. The 8 moves on.
That was insane.
Where does that leave us? We are now on to Michael versus Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. Mike versus Jeremy, I believe, and then
our
it's
final.
Ryan versus the winner. Yeah, holy.
All right, well, let's look. We've seen Jeremy's team. For anybody not with bad memories, Jeremy is the Sneasler, Rillaboom, King Gambit, the very aggressive, very bulky, supportive Magmar that we saw. The one who came and kind of talked to us had the Doc Spun. As you know, if you couldn't tell, does his prep work, does his calcs, has a game plan going in, but unfortunately he's playing who I would consider the person who couldn't care less about your game plan, Michael.
So true. So true. He acts that way, but also Michael does similar amounts of prep. A lot of prep. He's calcing things. He's thinking it all through. He's definitely trying to chess match his way to the victory here in these matches, and often he does. He's number 1 in this in the regular season, right?
I believe so, and who do you think on his team was maybe key to getting him there?
For Michael, honestly, Hisui and Arcanine ran the show way more times than I thought he would. It has a key Intimidate, or it can go with the Rock Head ability where it just spams Flare Blitz and like Head Smash. I think that was the MVP that I saw during the season, honestly. But again, he has some crazy powerful picks here. Melodic is disgusting. He used Tinkaton a lot as well with Fake Out during the season. Komao was and Noivern. He had some shenanigans with Noivern Switcheroo, much like the Rotom trick stuff that I was attempting to doing. So I wonder if he'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at his weaker Pokemon on a draft scale, Venonat, a very disruptive Pokemon, right? Very usable for 2 points. Altaria, not that relevant, but Trevenant, kind of a sleeper Pokemon for 3 points. I mean, Michael has a very bringable draft. Maybe Altaria, you could argue, doesn't have a lot of home, but Michael would find a way. That's kind of what he does. Gengar, super versatile, has some support, has pretty good damage. Like you said about the Suian Arcanine and Noivern, Rotom Wash just being a big body. Tinkaton has that Gigaton Hammer, that 150 damage stab move that its downside is you can't use it every other turn. But Fake Out into Gigaton Hammer, very scary, especially if you have weakness. or not resistance even. That's
Yeah.
just a big damage number. Scary, scary guy. What are we seeing on Jeremy's side that might, um, answer the call here?
Yeah, great question. I I mean, a Dragon Darts would go a long way. If he can get a Dragon Darts off, it's super effective on Noivern, super effective on Como. Oh, it would crush Gengar. Um, I think a lot of the surprise factor from Michael's going to have to come down to who he decides to Terra with. He often does do like an early defensive Terra, much like we've seen from Ryan. Um, Michael's a big fan of that. I wonder if we'll see that again. He could set up with Melodic. Yeah, I don't know. This is we're really just gonna have to see because so far everyone has sort of pulled out the stops for these final games during this season.
Yeah, it feels like people are here to play. It doesn't feel like people are kind of like, I'm here, let me just, click around. People have plans, people have pivots,
They
people
are
have
in the game.
contingencies. And we're gonna get to see that unfold here. We get in. On Michael's side, Gengar, Noivern, Hisuian, Arcanine, Tinkaton, and Kobo-O and Rotom Wash. I think a pretty expected open.
Usual suspects here. Yeah.
Jeremy looking at, again, usual suspects. We saw this in his last game. Sneasler, Kick Gambit, Rillaboom, Dragapult, Magmar, Doxbun. Nothing unexpected, I think, from everybody here.
Yeah.
This music is
Yeah.
so loud. Oh, it's gone.
Definitely the usual suspects. The question is what sets are we looking at here? Is it going to be a switcheroo Noivern? Is it Specs Noivern? Is it Intimidate on Hisuian Arcanine? If it is it Defiant King Gambit
All right, I'm gonna
instead of
hit it
Supreme
quick.
Overlord? You're good. They have not yet started. There's a lot of choices to be made here. We didn't see Rillaboom at all last time from Jeremy. We may see it this time.
All right, and we're in. We have Hisuian, Arcanine, Gengar lead from Michael. And two, for the first time this bracket, Rillaboom, Sneasler.
And we have the broken combo. It's the Grassy Seed, instant unburden. Sneasler is now the fastest thing in the entire game.
Yeah, it is double speed, and it gets a defense boost. Very good into the Arcanine. Not really that relevant into Gengar, but in general, you're happy to be at the spot. Grassy Terrain healing all Pokemon at the end of every turn. Also enabling Grassy Glide, the signature move, I think, from Rillaboom, or if not, very few Pokemon have it, turning it into a priority move, which is very powerful.
Yeah, it does good damage. I think it's 50 base power. It's also enhanced by Grassy Terrain itself, which boosts grass moves. It is strong. And he also can just fake out turn one on Hisuian Arcanine, but Arcanine could have Covert Cloak. It's crazy.
We see no Intimidate from Arcanine, so we know that it's probably that Rock Head, Flash Fire, not super relevant. You're not very worried about like Magmar's Heat Waves. So we can pretty safe to assume that. I thought Gengar learned. Oh, Mega Gengar gets Shadow Tag, so we know it's Curse Body on Gengar.
Yes,
could be relevant because almost all of Jeremy's Pokemon are contact move Pokemon. So we could see some Curse Body disables that could maybe do some work, but in general, I think it's not going to be super relevant.
I think Gengar dies.
I don't think Gengar's living very long if it's getting hit by some of these monsters. So. Yeah, I think what's in the back will be very important here. We have some cross matches. The Arcanine good into the Rillaboom. Sneasler with that fighting, able to check the rock on Arcanine. People want to do. Fake Out online has to go into the Arcanine because of the Ghost type. So if we're going to use Fake Out, we know where it's going. Michael can maybe swap or something along that line. Just to get somebody else out and kind of waste that Fake Out pressure, maybe. Or maybe he's just okay to eat it and apples. But both players taking their time. This is not an easy decision to make. It is definitely worth sitting here and thinking because, like we've seen, turn ones can get out of hand very quickly.
They can. Like if you mess up, and a lot of times it's not messing up, it's just you've predicted wrong. You can put yourself on the back foot for the entirety of the match.
Interested to see if this plus defense on Sneasler comes in. See the Arcanine maybe try something, or Tinkaton comes out, it would. But Michael, a lot of special threat, Como-O, Noivern, even, I mean, Rotom Wash, Scald is nothing to scoff at. The alliteration, into flying, into poison.
Poison.
Acrobatics, raw into the Gengar one-shots. It is disabled. Big high horsepower. A return flare blitz for the knockout. An electric turn
Doesn't kill itself.
Disabled.
Wow, okay.
Acrobatics, chunked Arcanine, and a trade Rillaboom for Gengar. Holy moly.
Wow, high horsepower did a lot of damage. It wasn't, 4x because he teared to poison. Wow, that's just high attack maybe. Or this guy's banded. I actually don't know. Could be banded Rillaboom.
Something frustrating for Jeremy, at least in the short term, is his Terra Acrobatics is now offline. So now he's lost his stab on Close Combat or Dire Claw or whatever other moves he has, which is not a scenario you want to be in. You can swap to drop the disable, so it's not forever frustrating.
But he'll lose on Burden too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Doxbun into Tinkaton. Tinkaton a steel type, so able to check the Doxbun.
Yep.
We'll
I assume
see
this
if
is
Jeremy
a fake out
sees
coming
it,
out.
because we have no Terras. That's probably safe to say it's fake out. Throw it into the Sneasler, maybe see what Doxbun's got to do, what its plan is. Maybe Yawn shenanigans coming out, which maybe that's worth fake outing. But we'll have to
I think
see.
Arcanine outspeeds Dachshund too, right?
Yeah, but what is it going to hit it with? Maybe yes, like a skull
Maybe
smash,
a
or
head
whatever?
smash.
Head smash.
Yeah, head smash would work, but also I'm sure he just attacks Sneasler here.
Well, and Doxbun is so bulky, physically in particular. I think you're not super worried about dying in this slot. Even if you take a hit, a big hit, if you die, then the Sneasler did it, and I think you're happy about that. I think it would require a double. Maybe the Tinkaton Hammer could poke through, but I don't know. It's so bulky.
Tinkaton Hammer is super effective for sure.
It is.
That would do a lot, but I don't know if he's EV'd into attack or not. I wonder if this Tinkaton is more of like a defensive sort of utility set with fake out. I really don't know.
Yeah, both Terras off 2 makes anything else that come in pretty straightforward and, air quotes fair in terms of what your decision making's are.
Poison Tarp Arcanine. Wow. Yeah, really good against like grass attacks as well, which is maybe
Protect
why he
from the
went this.
Sneasler, protect, double protect
Ooh,
here.
double protect. Okay.
Fake out is eaten. He's scouting. It is the head smash into the Doxbun.
Ooh. So no fake out. That's a huge double protect actually.
Yeah, so no fake out. Tinkaton an option into Doxbun, especially because the protect's not online. It's interesting to see if that's what Michael chooses, or if he knows that by doubling into the Doxbun, which I think is probably the only way to take it out this turn, you leave this Sneasler up, who's like very happy to just click Close Combat, even if you're Steel Fairy into either of these slots and deal a lot of damage, if not just straight up take the knock.
Yeah, I think they have to attack Sneasler here for sure. There's, I think that would be a big mistake to leave Sneasler up and try to attack Dachshund.
So then it comes down to, what is this Doxbun here to do? Right? We've seen Protect. We haven't seen anything else. This is...
Yawn would be big. Yawn would be big.
Yawn would be good. Assuredly into the Tinkaton, right? I don't know if we're particularly worried about this Arcanine right now.
We could see some sort of crazy curse set too, but...
True. Yeah, Curse could be an Iron Defense, maybe set up and assume that, that's worth his time.
Yeah, Iron Defense could be kind of hype.
Probably not seeing Play Rough, right? Poison Resist, Steel type on Tinkaton makes it neutrals.
Yeah, he probably is running it, but he probably doesn't go for it here.
What shenanigans this Doxbun has been cooked with, because I would be pretty confident it's a swap or it's something silly. Cute little pup. Helping hand. Protect onto the Arcanine. Close combat. It lives with 3%. It has to be a Roll Rocky Hammer chip. Doxbun does live the Gigaton Hammer. Grassy Terrain, a little bit of healing. Wow.
Gigaton would have been really good into Sneasler there.
It would have done so much damage. I think he was banking on the one shot that Doxbun just barely holding on, maybe even to a roll. But Tinkaton the same, a very close turn.
I honestly cannot believe Helping Hand was not enough to punch through the Tinkaton. That's insane. It must be full HP invested.
Or Jeremy can just click Close Combat again. That Tinkaton Hammer is offline. Almost assuredly we're seeing a head smash from from this Arcanine, but the Sneasler goes first. So Tinkaton, if it has Protect, maybe, but I don't know if that does a whole lot, because then you can't really kill the Darkspun, and an interesting position. I'm not sure. I think this turn will kind of set the end game.
Oh, yeah, Arcanine cannot protect, so you gotta attack into that slot, hope for a kill here, which of course Sneasler outspeeds everything, it will do that. But then, does Tinkaton outspeed Dachsbun?
If they're both max speed, Darkspun has it by a single point.
Interesting.
Side of. Okay, so Komo's out. Protect from the Sneasler. Yawn into the Arcanine. Head Smash into the Protect. And now Arcanine almost assuredly going to swap here. Como, a lot of tricks, has those, double sound moves to then use Throat Spray to really get set up quickly with one move. Dragon Fighting, though, double weak to Fairy, so has to respect this Darkspun, even though it's not here to do damage. Play Rough will do a lot of damage. Acrobatics back online with Disable dropping off, so the speed of this Sneasler, I think, where it decides to go, I think is be important. Fake out on the table with Tinkaton being brought back in. Protect from Darkspun, protect from Como, and Acrobatics into the Como slot. Fake out now online for next turn. Grassy Surge Healing is gone.
Wow, really good. That was really good maneuvering there. Getting a fake out in. Michael is fortunate / excellent prediction there, knowing that Jeremy would not attack into that slot with Arcanine. Because now he has fake out and he can set up with Como no matter what. He can go for an attack that hits both Mons or something like that.
Yeah, I think this is a scenario that I am really afraid of, or that was, where I know that the right play probably is to target the Yawn slot, but the Como is so scary. Body Press takes out the Tinkaton.
Ooh, faster too, yeah.
Faster as well, maybe important for their, for the next game. Como is
predicted
back
the Protect there. Didn't bother fake out, which is kind of cool.
But now we're faking off the table. Sneasler's still here with Acrobatics online.
Still the fastest thing in the game. Yeah.
I'm
Someone's
worried.
dying here.
It's a fighting type into a Terra Flying Acrobatics with Unburden. Is this guy not just dead?
I think he's just dead. If we get a connection here.
Oh, I guess he can protect this turn. So if somehow Arcanine can take out Sneasler with I guess it's special defense. Take out Sneasler in this protect turn, I think there's a chance, but Jeremy still has a fourth Pokemon.
Yeah, who we have
haven't seen. This Darkspun is doing its job.
Yeah, it's got to be King Gambit too. Probably just going to sucker punch away.
Okay, so protect from Como makes sense. Acrobatics into the Arcanine is a great call. Yawn just to press a button. You don't have to show the fourth, and you can just click Acrobatics here, surely, and kill this Como. Honestly, Darkspun is faster, because we would assume because of how it beat Tinkaton. Send a Body Press too. What's it gonna? You know what I mean? You might as well just double. I think, just to cover your bases.
Josh's way more impactful than I thought he was going to be.
He's a good little guy, man. He's a baked little cute bun. He does good work. Well baked body with a fire type, super impressive. I mean, he just couldn't click Flare Blitz. There's nothing he could do.
This is Giga Crush. Yeah, wow. Oh, just
and at critical hits. I mean, he killed 4 Komos there, and that goes game 1 to Jeremy.
Wow, that was already a very intense game 1.
It was. And we're off to game 2 immediately with sound back too.
Nice. Maybe we see Rotom here. Maybe we see Dragapult, which we also didn't see last game. We shall see.
Yeah, not seeing Jeremy's fourth, I think, is really good for him.
Really
it means that he can, whether he chooses to swap or not, Michael doesn't get to have a full plan, whereas Jeremy gets to see all 4 and sort of see what the matchups look like. He knows that Darkspun could live a Gigaton Hammer. He knows that that Tinkaton lives a close combat, at a roll probably. Those are important calcs that can make some decisions. And Jeremy coming out not only with a win, but with information. What gets brought? Who makes swaps? Who doesn't? Last game we led Gengar. Arcanine, Gengar dying very quickly. Rillaboom Sneasler from Jeremy. See if either are confident enough with their leads or we're shaken enough to make a swap. I think more than likely that Gengar maybe doesn't come out, at least initially. Although
Yeah,
Curse
I wonder
Body
what
did
Gengar
slow
had.
Curse Body did slow Jeremy down. Yeah, we never did get to see anything from it, did we?
We didn't. I bet it could be like something tricky, like a choice scarf, choice
True.
specs even. I'm always kind of worried about that.
Yeah, you know, you have stuff like Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, high damage buttons. Kind of just, and I'm sure it has all kinds of coverage moves. Well, Tomo-O, also a Pokemon we didn't see do anything but protect. Michael, confident in his lead, goes Gengar. Arcanine again. Jeremy with a full pivot, Magmar Dragapult this time. Which
Cool.
means we know one of the three he brought last game are not here.
Yeah, true.
See
Dragon
Dragapult.
Dart, we could see Dragon Dart's like helping hand. We could see a really fast choice scarf Gengar, which would outspeed Dragapult. There's options here.
Yeah, the ghost typing always an interesting, they kind of stare at each other with a loaded gun and dare the
Yep.
other person to press it. And then two fire types on the other end, kind of at a stalemate, although Magmar, I think,
or head smash though.
yeah, head smash a lot of damage. And then Magmar with, some pretty annoying supportive moves. We'll see what he chooses to.
Yeah,
I
follow
would
me
not-
would shut down like a Shadow Ball situation for sure.
Imagine that. Like, if he's choosing to be offensive with his... Hey, a hard
Switch.
swap to take a ton doesn't like that follow me being out there. A good call. Psychic Fang,
Wow.
a crit even only does 28%, and a Rocky Helmet chip for almost the same, and a Head Smash for the knockout. A
I
great
can't believe the
call
head
from
smash
Michael.
kills.
A
Good
great
lord.
call. That Magmar is beefy, but Arcanine said, move, get out of my way. That was a lot of damage, and now... Jeremy down at one Pokemon in one turn. An inverse from game one.
Yeah, and we do not yet have Sneasler being the fastest thing in the game. Of course, it's maybe going to be still very, very fast here. You could switch in Rillaboom, of course.
89, yeah, definitely the second fastest thing on the field. Jeremy with full turn priority. Fake out available from the Tinkaton into the Sneasler, so kind of just here to see what Dragapult wants to do. Unless Jeremy maybe is going to swap, but...
Yeah, fake out into Sneasler is
And the
a
Sneasler
ever-present threat here.
it does also shut down the Rillaboom swap, at least for a turn. You don't get that surprise jump, which is probably a safe thing for Michael to just click, and then Arcanine again can just head smash.
Who's doing it?
Here we do get the Unburden. A Gengar swap from Michael. Fake out into the Gengar slot is resisted, and a Play Rough into Rillaboom of all places. I guess scared of that poison, but kind of a nothing.
You want it? Yeah, I mean, Play Rough would have done a lot into Dragapult for sure. So we had two important switches here. And now we have Sneasler being the fastest thing ever. Scarf Gengar won't do anything to outspeed.
Yeah,
Sneasler. Sneasler will easily outspeed.
We have one fake out on the Rillaboom, so we're pretty safe to say that it's either protect or nothing from the Tinkaton. Now that it's chipped, also will die to close combat, right? It's a situation we didn't have last game.
Yeah, high horsepower will also definitely murder Gengar. We know Gengar is not scarfed. I'm sorry, we know it's not sashed, so it will not live a high horsepower from potentially choice banned Rillaboom, whatever this Rillaboom is. Might be expert belt as well, or just fully attack invested.
You know where it could be Assault Vest, right? Because it's Magmar with the Eviolite.
Yes, definitely.
I guess it could also
Definitely
be Vest on King Gambit or Darkspun, but
yeah, that's true. Because did we see Dashbun go for Yawn?
yes.
Or no? Oh, okay, so no Assault Vest on Dashbun.
Oh, okay, you're right.
I didn't remember if that was, I might have been thinking about the Yawn from last games.
Right.
Last series.
And again, we're back in this obvious kind of decision point for both players where Jeremy knows he's down a Pokemon. Michael knows he's staring down the barrel of a gun. And one wrong click could, turn the tides. Jeremy's favor very quickly. These are, full HP, fast, bulky. has a way to hit the Gengar even. That
Mhm.
acrobatics.
Yeah, we haven't seen Noivern at all yet, have we?
No,
Or
it
did we
was
see it last game?
no, it was Como O, and then the 3 we've seen this game.
Gotcha. No Rotom yet either. Could be here.
So yeah, I think in retrospect, I think Michael may be regretting bringing that Como O, the flying type Terra, which
Mhm.
you
I thought
obviously
it was
can't
gonna do more.
know.
Right.
Checks that fighting type so fast, and it's so fast that the insane setup that Como O is kind of allowed to have is negated when it gets one shot.
Yep, for sure.
Even a single turn, I think he gets like +2 of almost every stat with Clanging Scales plus Throw Spray. So like immediately you're scary, but not faster than that.
Yeah, the Sneasler is the fastest thing in the game. Yeah, looks like Jeremy has already selected his move for quite some time, but Michael is a notorious thinker, so he's
I mean,
running all the situations.
If
which
there
is
was a
impressive.
scenario to be doing it, go into your
It would be
Doctor
now.
Strange, run a million possibilities. This is it. You're down a game. You're up a Pokemon. You don't want to throw a lead here. Swap to Arcanine.
Not at all.
Flying Terra from Sneasler. Fake out critical into Gigaton. And the acrobatics doesn't do very much. 42 healed back up to 64% in the grassy terrain. And I think Michael's
That did
happy
not
eating
do
that
very much.
acrobatics. Yeah, that rock type
Wow.
really just... Is Arcanine Hisuian bulky? I guess I wasn't aware
It is.
he had it like that.
Yeah, like I don't think this guy's invested in bulk, but he absolutely has natural bulk. Like it has Arcanine stats, I believe, which are just like 100 defense or 100 special defense, just kind of for no reason. It's almost got like legendary Pokemon stats, and yeah, that's clearly going right now.
I mean, outside of a crit, it eats 3 Terra Flying Sneasler acrobatics with no held item. That's so much bulk. This thing immediately is kind of just... It walls the Rillaboom because of fire. It maybe a high horsepower here, but Michael has Terra. Yeah, I was expecting that Sneasler to do a lot more damage to whatever came in. The swap makes sense. Like, I'm sure Jeremy saw the swap coming, but I bet you he thought he was about to do a lot more damage.
Yep.
And now another pause here. I would guess on Jeremy's side as he's kind of reeling from the outcome of that turn.
Yeah, I don't know if, for example, well, close combat, of course, murders Arcanine without a Terra. Have we seen? Yeah, we have. It's Poison Terra, though. It's Poison Terra. So, if you poison Terras, of course, now Acrobatics kills. So we do have to be quite careful about that. This is almost a 50-50 in terms of will he Terra, will he not Terra. But then there's Rillaboom, who's just kind of chilling here. We haven't seen anything other than Fake Out and then High Horsepower from last game. High Horsepower is super effective on both Mons here. So, kind of expecting that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Michael's considering if this Tinkaton lives it. After living a close combat from a Sneasler, I kind of am shook by the bulk of this Tinkaton.
It is fully, I think, physically defensive. It has Rocky Helmet. He's got to have max HP, max defense, which I think is an excellent choice.
Attack from Arcanine blocks the Grassy Glide, and an Encore Grassy Glide into the Rillaboom, which is
Encore's
not
big.
good into either. It's double resisted. Now we can
No high
kind of just
horsepower.
ignore the Rillaboom. No high horsepower. It's off the table. Terra now no longer required.
Encore, a fantastic supporting move from this defensive Tinkaton.
So,
Yeah,
so we know it's
these
Fake Out,
two Mons.
Protect. It's Fake Out, Protect, Play Rough, Encore for this
Yeah.
game. He doesn't have the ticket. Wait, what? Play Rough,
No,
Encore.
no.
Oh, no
He
Protect.
has
Play Rough, Encore, Fake Out, and
Gigaton.
Gigaton. No Protect.
Yes.
So we know this set. It is a supporty kind of bulk machine. It's here to take hits with Rocky Helmet and get chipped down and chip with Fake Out. Find a cheeky kill maybe with a Gigaton Hammer, but for the most part, it's just here to say, figure it out.
Yeah. And the Rocky Helmet chip is definitely still impactful. And it's already like done some good chip on this game and last game.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Now Jeremy kind of... Tennis out, Grassy Glide again. Big damage. Post combat
okay.
choosing to just double, so...
Yeah.
Michael
Gotta get
maybe
that thing outta
knowing
here.
that and trying to get a little bit of a positioning. Maybe we see the 4th Mon here. Don't, but we do have Fake Out back on the table. Gengar has now been positioned here instead. I would assume he will swap into his 4th. Oh, a quick turn. Protect. Fake Out
Okay.
is blocked. As he glided into Tinkaton, almost nothing.
Oof, the
Big
Rocky
Rocky
is
Helmet.
almost
Sludge
more.
Bomb into the Rillaboom.
Yep.
Okay, now
Big
we're up
bomb
another.
there.
We're up another Pokemon where Dragapult is at the end, but we knew that. So we have 2 speedy guys. No redirection now for this matchup.
No fake out, right?
The
Fake out was
Gengar.
gone last
Fake
year.
Fake Out is off the table. Jeremy still has 4th, right? Take on Gengar. Yeah, we still haven't even seen Michael's 4th Pokemon. And
Yeah,
Jeremy's
Michael
down
has
to
a
these
4th in
2.
the back. Yep, this is Jeremy's final 2 here. But we do have active Grassy Seed, right? Yeah, so he's still the fastest ever. Even a Scarfed Gengar would not outspeed. Ooh, oh man, it lives.
Hey,
bro.
close combat,
Wow.
it lives. Fairy from
The bomb.
the
Oh, it's
Gengar.
enough.
The Sludge Bomb is enough. Dragon Darts.
Dragon Dart's what?
Wait.
Oh, because he teared to Fairy.
Dragon
doesn't
Dart's
affect
immune
either
on
one.
fairies. Oh, it's such a good Terra.
Wait,
It's
what a
such a
crazy
good
Terra.
Terra right at the. Holy moly. Michael even saves his 4th knowledge. Crazy
Damn.
game 1. Or game 2. Holy moly.
Yeah, that was wild.
Wow.
This
And
game
now
3 is about to be insane.
Jeremy knows that there is some scary tech here and that a lot of his big hitters, which I'm sure he's kind of relying on, aren't taking the key knockouts.
This is intense. Will we see Noivern? It's possible. Noivern is a great starting mon, so I'm kind of wanting to know what he's packing here, or he might have a set that just doesn't, kind of. Now that he's seen a lot of these sets, he might be saying, "Oh, it doesn't have what it needs."
If I'm Jeremy, I think I'm valuing Darkspun over Magmar. The Darkspun in similar scenarios, capable of living hits, putting out value. The Magmar not doing a whole lot in this match.
Magmar does a lot as long as it doesn't get head smashed. If it gets head smashed, as we saw, it goes, which is truly wild.
And Michael has shown a lot of
EVOA.
priority to this Arcanine. He has brought it both games. He's kept it healthy. He's swapped it out of danger. I think the Magmar can't come. I think it's a little too risky.
That Terra Fairy, because I think Dragon Darts probably just kills Gengar there.
All right, Noivern is here. Like you were predicting, Magmar can Gambit on Jeremy's side and the Tinkaton next to the Noivern.
And we do see their items now. It is Black Glasses on King Gambit, which always solid. We know it's not choice then. Could be Swords Dance again, actually.
Could be. Swords Dance, maybe respecting or not respecting the Noivern because we know this Tinkaton is not really here to do all that much damage, especially into a King Gambit. Magmar not really in threat here either, right? I think we saw it from, the head smash was really what. We're back to this first turn decision. Really, it really matters,
Yeah.
I think both players have been proven by the other and themselves that these matches are one turn. I mean, otherwise they're in each other's heads the whole time, but it's been down to one turn that really felt like it opened the game. Neither one of them wants that to happen to them.
Yes, King Gambit is also hard to play early due to the Sucker Punch stuff. Protect is a good idea, just keeping it simple. Oh, the Tailwind. Okay,
So
got
with
it.
Tailwind out, so Speed Control is online. Protect from King Gambit. Fake out into the Protect. Michael, in a uniquely ahead position from the other games that we've seen. Tailwind, the speed has been a problem, I think, if there was an issue on his matchup, and he has solved it for at least 3 turns with this Tailwind. Decisions here. I imagine we see a little bit slower pace of abilities chosen until we get closer to the end game. I think both of them are feeling the pressure of the game 3, and they should. This is where that pressure and dealing with it is.
I'm curious about what coverage move Noivern has, or what attacks it even is packing, and we're not going to see it yet, though.
Well, we'll see it later. We're going to follow me out from Magmar as Arcanine
Ooh.
swaps in an Encore coming out from the Tinkaton.
Wow, good thing it wants to go for follow me anyway, probably. But this head smash.
Yeah, now we're can't do anything about it. We either have to get this guy out of here or know that he's dead next turn. The 2x attack was on
The Terra would
Kingambit
be crazy.
does matter. The Terra here would be crazy. I think that maybe, is that the swing? Is keeping this Magmar for one more turn enough to get like something like Kingambit rolling, where the Sneasler has kind of fallen short, maybe putting more eggs in this basket?
Does Arcanine live a +2 Sucker Punch? I'm curious. I don't know.
It's
it is
neutral.
randomly bulky. Yeah,
It's neutral.
I think it does
Maybe
live.
in a Terra. It is so. I would say before, like game 1, I would say it doesn't. Now I'm not as confident.
But now, but what if he Terras though, and he already has black glasses online too?
Terra
It's so
Dark
much.
Black Glasses +2 Kingambit
Dab.
Sucker Punch.
Kingambit. I don't know. I'd have to run the calc, and he probably has. But we don't know how HP invested Arcanine is, so even Jeremy doesn't know exactly, what Michael has cooked up.
You can prep
in
for a
EV
lot,
lab.
but there's no way to be perfect, and I think that's where you as a player come down. You can calc all you want, but sometimes it's just never guaranteed.
Never.
And why it's exciting to know the people. Still waiting on these turns. That one is up. Encored Magmar. 2x Kingambit. No, we have Play Rough and take a Gigaton on the side of Pinkaton. Maybe considering getting it out, getting that fake out back online could be an option. Arcanine kind of checking this Magmar, saying, go ahead and click follow me and see what happens. Maybe Jeremy's okay with that. We'll have to see. The gun of the table, staring menacingly. Have we seen Kingambit this set?
I don't think so. Let me look back. No, we have not.
Should we assume then that it's Defiant because... Or that
Of
it's
the- of
Supreme
the
Overlord?
Possible Intimidate?
Or do you think that he planned for the Intimidate and is now, again, in a scenario where his Supreme Overlord would have been more valuable?
I think, one thing I think, even if you send him in first, I think you still get the text that says, like, Kingambit absorb the power of his fallen allies or whatever, even though it's nothing. Actually, I'm not sure. So I'm going to operate under the assumption that he is Defiant, that he was prepped for the possible Intimidates. Yeah.
That's fair. Maybe maybe Tinkaton learns Charm, and that's like some more value even. Noivern's back out, frisking, checking some items. EV Light, it is the Black Glasses. Gengar here as well. Terra Steel from the Magmar.
Oh, interesting.
So he
It did Terra
baits the
that.
Terra Sash now on the Noivern, so we found the Sash. Noivern is going to get to play.
Damn, how
Unfortunately,
intense. Oh, like, what if he had Flare Blitzed into
If-
Magmar, predicting the Terra?
If Noivern has Protect, it can protect Tailwind next turn, and is the fastest thing on the field unless otherwise shown. So that is an option. If
That's
he cares.
true, because then
Alternatively,
it can't
he
get
could.
sucker punched. Yeah.
Alternatively, he could be going for kind of a big hit here. Use the Sash as a way to guarantee attack while you still have Tailwind up.
Terra Steel is a great Terra type here.
It
Short
is really
choice.
only checked by the Como-O.
Hmm. And the fire
And
type.
and
the Flare Blitz, of course.
and the Arcanine.
I'm really still curious. Oh,
All right,
yeah,
Terra
that's fair,
Fairy's
yes.
here. Follow me. Trick.
Oh, that's Trick.
Choice Scarf swaps with the Eevee Light. A giant Heat Wave. Kowtow
that's
Cleave
big.
resisted,
What?
but he still dies to it. Michael
Dude, the
could
plus
not
two.
have expected to die there. Or
To-
maybe he did and
yeah.
he knew it was a roll, or who
Maybe.
knows, but yikes.
That is
Well,
rough.
We are going to see probably another Heat Wave from this Noivern, so does he have something fast enough to figure this out?
He did. The Trick got off.
Arcanine
So
is
it's
here.
now Choice Scarf Magmar, who has to Choice Scarf follow me.
Yeah, and he scarfs it to his Encore move.
Yeah.
So he has to
Crazy.
click follow me here. Magmar dead or swapping. But if it swaps, something is coming in to this Heat Wave or, whatever move choice here, and the Arcanine's move. Both being faster than the Kingambit. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Wait a minute now. Oh, and I was looking at Magmar with the scarf. No, for sure faster than Kingambit. Okay.
Yeah.
Protect on the
Does he
Arcanine.
sucker,
Follow
though?
me. Sucker
He
Punch
does.
fails into the Arcanine, and
Oh, he suckered on Arcanine.
Jeremy
Wow.
gets a
Burned.
burn on King Gambit and a free Heat Wave. Encore has ended, but
He's still scarfed.
now you have to waste the Sucker Punch on the Noivern, otherwise you're losing 2 mons
dead.
here, or you're forced to swap. The burn putting you on a very, very short timer with only 10% HP. My very quick turn,
Ooh.
take a ton in, protect from the Noivern. Maybe you're just playing for the burn. Follow me from
playing
Magmar.
for the fake
Sucker
out.
Punch fails again. He's playing for the fake out burn.
The burn kill.
This King Gambit is dead. Whether he fake out, swaps to save himself from the fake out, he's dead on any switch in because it'll end the turn and he'll take the burn damage. This King Gambit is dead 8 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, I think only way he lives, because if you switch him out and then you switch him in after one of your mons dies, I don't think you take burn. So I think he would I think he'd have one more turn, but he'd be burned. He wouldn't have his times to attack if he switches out. I think he's gonna let it die here.
I think you have to. It gives you the most agency on the swap. If you know it's going to die, sometimes it's okay to just let it eat a hit, get the next guy in for free, and kind of recollect the board a little.
These have been some crazy play.
This
playing
Noivern
around
here,
the sucker punch stuff.
this Noivern here at 1% HP. I mean, it is just
threat.
living. It's a
Heat
threat,
Wave
but
is
it feels
big.
so bad to sucker punch a 1% Noivern. It just feels like so much lost value. But
does.
if he had done it either of the last 2 turns, he's well ahead.
Yeah, well, I think he did once, right? But he just protected. Yeah, last turn he did. But he protected. Yeah, he predicted it. Wild. We're 6 turns in, but this is an intense game 3.
Staring each other down here. Michael down a Pokemon, but Jeremy basically down 2. Take out, resist it, but the flinch goes off. It doesn't matter. Has to click follow me because of the choice. So Michael gets a free Tailwind.
Yeah, that's big.
Magmar is still sitting here. Has to use Encore or swap, but swapping the Magmar helps him almost not at all because you're not bringing it back in, and your Terra is down.
Yeah, follow me is not bad. Not bad.
It's kind of bad that Noivern is clicking a spread move every turn.
I thought maybe follow me would go before fake out, but it doesn't. Fake out is the most highest priority.
Priority 3, extreme speed is 2, and
yeah, I think follow me might be. I thought follow me was 2 as well. Maybe fake out. Yeah, follow me 2. Fake out 3 or 4 or something crazy.
All right, Sneasler's here, not unburdened, and have we seen
Tailwind's up.
the 4th from Jeremy?
On Sneasler?
No, who is Jeremy's 4th Pokemon?
Oh no, we haven't seen it. Yeah, we haven't seen it.
Could be Rillaboom, still an option, but swapping Rillaboom into a Heat Wave from Noivern would suck.
Yes, it would.
No fake out, so a ton without protect, kind of vulnerable here. Could be a swap out, get that fake out again, back online.
We know that it's Grassy Seed Sneasler as well, of course, so there's no Focus Sash, there's no Choice Scarf, there's no Choice Band. We already have a lot of knowledge from these past 2 games.
And again, I sound like a broken record, but every turn this Noivern sits here at 1% HP, I think it's both feels like a waste, but a requirement to hit.
Definitely. It's exerting a lot of pressure. And you can't, and he is able to click something like Heat Wave, and that'll hit both mons, even though this guy's follow me.
That ignores the follow me.
repeat.
It's so scary. And the next Heat Wave will kill Magmar, which frees up Tinkaton to press a real button. Could just click Gigaton Hammer here and Tailwind, probably faster, assuredly faster. In a little bit of trouble here as we are solidly in our second Tailwind of the turn 8 of game 3. All right, Rillaboom is out. Grassy Surge, so the seed is online.
Oh, okay.
Fake out kills Noivern. Gigaton Hammer into the Rillaboom slot.
Wow, what is that damage? Good lord.
Jeremy has asked to finish it. The Arcanine is here and ready.
He already says it's over. We don't know about that
Tailwind
yet,
is up, so we're probably still faster, right? Like 300, yeah, almost assuredly faster.
Sneasler should still be the fastest
is unburdened
thing
2 times?
on this field. It is 2 times.
Okay,
yes.
so Sneasler is the
just
fastest.
like Tailwind. Yeah, it's just like Tailwind. So,
but we know that these Pokemon both eat close combat.
Yeah, which is insane.
Ooh,
'Cause
or maybe he had Terra'd both times he clicked.
he had Terra'd.
So then with the fighting stab, they don't. So that's
but
important.
what if he? But Michael has not yet Terra'd, has he?
Or shown his
He's
fourth
got
level.
Terra available.
Oh no, yes,
These are final 2. Yeah, these are basically final 2, final 2. We have Magmar in the back with 12 HP.
Steel Magmar with a choice scarf.
Steel Magmar.
Protect from the Arcanine. Out into the
Okay,
protect.
for the fake out.
Close combat. Lives
It's
the
not
close
enough.
combat. It's not enough. Can't click Gigaton. Fake out encores the Rillaboom, and now Jeremy has to choose between an unusable Rillaboom
He's got to switch here, right?
or a Magmar with 12% HP, and
He does get a
Yikes.
kill here though with close combat. Like, I think close combat kills Arcanine, but he can Terra. He might just Terra it. He
you
might
know
go
it's Terra Poison,
Poison,
right?
Yeah. Oh god, I think he probably kills. Because if he kills Tinkaton, and
To
he
trade
sa-
into
yeah,
the
wow.
Sneasler,
Uh-huh.
and then it's
And then-
Rillaboom, Rillaboom, Magmar.
And Rillaboom will, if he switches out here, his Encore will be over, and then he can high horsepower. But is he outsped, Rillaboom? I think he is. I think he's outsped by Arcanine.
He is outsped, so wow, it's gonna be. There might be a guaranteed path here. I'm not sure. It's a little too subjective, but not over.
Looking back at game 1.
Jeremy has seceded. I think it's closer to Jeremy. Not he hasn't given up, but he has verbally
Wait a
given
minute,
up.
dude. Wait a minute.
I think Jeremy's in a better spot.
Yeah, Rillaboom actually outspeeds Arcanine. Rillaboom outspeeds him.
150 to 156.
Yeah, because they're not both max speed. The EVs must have kind of been that way, because I'm looking back at game 1, and there was a turn that Rillaboom outsped Arcanine clean with an attack.
Oh well, then that changes it, and Jeremy's in the lead here, and has
Yeah.
seemingly given up the mental
He
game.
has to. Yeah, he just has to retreat. He has
Fake
to
out
switch
doesn't
out
retreat.
Rillaboom, right?
It
Oh, he
kills
gets the kill here,
the
though.
Arcanine with the with the Sneasler. Gigaton Hammer takes a knockout, but now you can't swap out the Rillaboom. Oh, I think that was a mental boom, right?
Yeah, yeah. 'cause
If he
could-
just
I think he
swaps the
could have swapped
Magmar, then
the Rillaboom into the Magmar.
the
yeah.
Rillaboom to the
Yeah,
Magmar, then
yeah.
he wins.
It
But
could have been different.
I think he
Yeah, his
does
mental was
win,
shot.
right?
He's, yeah.
Right? Does he win because if Magmar
Does
gets swapped for
Magmar
the
outspeed?
no, because the Rillaboom gets to come in and click whatever. It gets to click
High horsepower, yeah.
high horsepower. So yeah, him not dropping the encore is why he. That's right. Man, unfortunate. I think a little bit of a mental boom.
Yeah,
Kids,
seriously.
kids, you gotta lock in. Fake out.
Yeah, fake out into nothing.
Scary
Straight
pace to
pace.
lower the speed. Play rough into
Oh.
the Magmar for the kill. Now Tinkaton Hammer back online.
Scary face.
We
is
did
Aura.
see how much the Gigaton Hammer did to the Rillaboom, right? Isn't that what he did first? Fake out. Gigaton Hammer,
gonna end.
10%. Wait a minute.
Yup, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, high horsepower kills here.
It just depends
Yeah,
on. Oh,
speed.
because he's outsped. Oh, but he can Terra. If he's
He
not
can Terra-
Terra
no, he
Steel,
can't.
he's okay, right?
Did he Terra already?
I don't think
No,
he.
he
I think he has his Terra.
My God, crazy.
I think if he has non-Terra Steel on Tinkaton, he wins, and if he doesn't, he loses.
Or wait a minute. I think Gengar already Terra'd.
Oh, did Gengar?
I think
Terra?
Gengar Terra'd earlier this game.
Oh,
Gotta
then
look
Jeremy
back.
has it. It lives with 5%, and
Dude,
it
no
dies
way.
to the Rocky helmet.
way.
Oh my Lanta! It lives
It's
with
so bulky.
5%.
It's actually so bulky.
Michael wins. A
I don't know
phenomenal
why.
set from both players, but holy moly,
Yeah.
that
Why
sucks.
why did Jeremy think he had lost this game
If he
so
just
much earlier,
swaps,
bro?
if he just
This
swaps,
guy had it.
He has it. He wins. The game's over.
Unreal. Unreal
Gosh,
is right.
what a good game.
Now this is the finals right here. This is why we show up.
Start us off. Who do we get? Wow, what a game.
That was crazy.
All right, so our finals, we have Michael versus Monkey, correct?
The newcomer versus the veteran. The creator of the entire series versus first-time player in the series, Ryan. So yeah, this is like a destined match here, I think.
I mean, we need to talk about this Monkey team anymore. It punches you, it stalls you, it punches you some more.
Yeah, I'm curious what these guys have prepped for each other specifically. Like Michael's team could be drastically different for sure. I think Ryan's team might be much of the same because it just works. He's already got it sort of set up.
Yeah, I'm looking here to see if he has any like, type trap-esque setups like he did in his last game. But I don't see a whole lot. I mean, the steel flying from Corviknight is kind of relevant. Then you have fire from Hisui and Arcanine. Empoleon is really good into Arcanine. It's checked by Trevenant if he wants to bring it. Grapple's kind of good here. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what Ryan brings, I think. I think the Monkey Mouse Hold's coming, but I think that the other ones are kind of more up in the air than they might look.
Yeah, that was wild. Welcome.
Michael.
Yo.
Michael with the absolutely huge clutch up there.
To the final.
Insane
now,
matches.
do you
didn't think I had it? I really
did you
didn't
see?
think I
So
had it.
we don't think you should have. I believe.
I don't think I should.
If,
I don't think I should have a couple
believe
times.
if Jeremy swaps the Rillaboom at the end for Magmar, he drops the Encore and kills you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So wait a
agree.
minute. Does
So,
his stomping tantrum? Oh no, it's high horsepower, right?
I
Not
think-
stomping tantrum.
I think the right play for me there was to go for double protect on Arcanine. 'Cause
Agreed.
I think he had it, but I just thought Jeremy was gonna protect because protecting Sneasler
Yeah.
won him the first game and
Mhm.
felt good in the second game, and so I thought he's gonna protect here, and then this move will look so bad. But because I thought I would lost pretty much either way because of the swap you mentioned, and so I attacked with Arcanine into that spot in case he did the swap while protecting for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
what a
I don't
crazy
think I
set.
should have had that.
A game, game one, instantly lose the Gengar. Game two, instantly take the Magmar. Did it feel as close and stressful? The pauses on picking moves felt so, the
Yeah.
tension was so
Also,
palpable.
We felt it from here.
There's at least one time where he messaged and I was locked in.
Yeah,
That's
he did.
fair. Maybe
He was
some
like,
distraction.
He said,
He
"Don't
was-
slow play me." I'm thinking,
But-
this guy's deep in the. He's not slow
But
playing
I
at
was the
all.
one locked in.
Yeah, literally.
I had my moves picked.
Right.
Oh, I see. Oh, really?
but-
Oh, that's
yeah.
hilarious.
That
even
is
funnier.
funny.
But the I thought the dance at the start was gonna be with if his Dragapult was Choice Scarf. That's kind
Yeah,
of what it was in
mhm.
the first matchup. I forgot about. There's too many teams to prepare for.
Yeah.
I forgot about Unburden and what
Hey,
I
Grassy
ranked it
Surge.
through. So I thought I was just trying to guess who he was gonna attack, who to blow a Terra on that game one, and if I guessed right, I think I would have been fine. I should have just because Gengar is the best at killing that Sneasler. I should have just terrored the Gengar to survive, and
Mhm.
then would have
Terra
been in a
Fairy
better
was
spot.
great.
But I didn't think I was gonna have any chance to win game two. No business. And the game three adjustment was I can't beat this speed, so I went Noivern.
Yeah, the tailwind.
Yeah, and the Swords Dance scared me because I cut Taunt, and I guess he had I would have loved to be able to taunt that Magmar instead of Encore it. The Encore was, meant for.
Still huge though, that Encore.
Yeah, the Encore was really good. Or I had Feint on my team versus Jacob Dumford that didn't get used.
Oh,
and Feint
Feint.
would have crushed game one into those protects.
Yeah,
Feint's
I
the
think-
only reason I beat Jacob in the season. There's too many good moves on Tinkaton.
I think another interesting point was, so the Noivern gets sent to Sash, and now it just got to sit there because it feels so bad to spend the +2 King Gambit Sucker Punch on the Noivern. But I think also if he had just eaten the turn, I think he also is in a pretty solid place to win.
Yeah,
You
there was a
protected
lot
around
of
it perfectly.
really punishable stuff. I was so because I just felt so behind. I thought maybe he would be greedy and call my Noivern switch, and he wouldn't
Mhm.
fake it out. I thought he'd fake out the Tinkaton or whatever, and so I just left the Noivern in one to die to a fake out at one point. But you're right. I got away with one there. Very lucky.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch because obviously, when you're the one who, it feels so obvious. They're like, oh, I left this here. They're going to do this. And so then you over prepare. But then the other person maybe doesn't see it. And so then that offsets, or they do see it. You know what I mean? That was, as having no knowledge, it was sitting there watching you guys wait to pick your abilities. It was fun to like, oh, this is what could happen, or they could do this and that. And yeah, it was a good game. Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
you need some time, at least a little bit, to get your team swapped
I'll
or
go-
whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get water and go to the bathroom. Sorry it took so long. Thanks, guys. You're making this so entertaining. It's been so fun. Like the ones I was watching, you're doing such a great job.
No, you're
and
good.
making
I'm
it
just
so hype.
We're
When
just
the
gabbing.
roar
already
came
hype.
out, the
The
roar
roar,
hype.
dude.
Oh,
The roar was
man.
crazy. The
Oh
second
my
roar
God.
predict into the swap was
Yes.
crazy.
Unreal.
That was crazy. And the Tinkaton living the close combat into the Dockspun
Yes.
living
This
the
Tinkaton, bro.
rock,
This
the head
Tinkaton lived
smash was a
everything.
crazy
Tinkaton has
turn.
lived. Tinkaton lived 2% to something it had no bit. Like I just forget
No.
a couple things that's weak to. This has happened like 3 games this season, and it lives with less than 5. And I
Well, the
win
Arcanine
because
too,
of it.
so bulky. What did it eat? And it took like 40%. It took like no damage when it had no reason to. It was
Yeah, it took like an acrobatics for 38%
yeah,
or something
crazy.
Yeah, he's
Which
out
I guess
there.
he is out there, just naturally.
I really
This-
I missed my rock slide that I had in the season, and I really missed intimidate. He didn't bring
Yeah.
King Gambit till the end. I thought I
Yeah.
would be cheeky because
Yeah, but he brought
capitalized-
Defiant King Gambit against Jacob, knowing he would intimidate with Incineroar, and he didn't. So I think that maybe he
Yeah,
felt
same
punished
thing.
by that.
I did the mirror herb against him in the season, and I was like, that probably won't work again. But here we are.
Mhm.
The
Well-
rock head, because rock slide won't do it against Magmar. I learned that in the season, so I full committed with the rock head. That was
I like it.
only the second time I brought rock head, but
Rockhead
head
was
smash.
key.
Yeah,
Rockhead with head smash was disgusting.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go.
Get your water,
bio break.
go
I'll BRB.
pee. We'll talk about the teams,
Sweet.
and we'll get ripping and ripping. So
Thanks.
our final here, maybe a quick recap, some overall thoughts on this league. It's our second time doing this. We had some new people, some returning people. Yeah, what do you got? Any thoughts?
I feel like we had a perfect number here. We had a full, what is this, 14 people? I think once you have like 10 or more, like 10, between 10 and I guess 18, the number feels really good. Like you play a ton of different variety. There's no one person that can have the absolute best mons because there's so many people that are drafting it, which I thought like helps out. Yeah, I would be, because this is our second one that we've done the same like regulation.
Mhm.
Right. So I wonder if we're going to do a new regulation next time. I think we probably should, just for like a brand new set of mons where like if we did let's see, what is that new regulation?
Well, I think
Or what's
if
that
we just
one?
do the current regulation, not only do we get, some swaps, you have stuff like Aerodactyl being really good, Charizard back in the mix, some like cool staples that I think have been power crept by something like Regulation H. But you also take Terra away, which is a cool mechanic, but is by far the hardest of the mechanics they've ever had.
Mhm.
And
Oh, you're talking about
replace it-
champions then?
Mhm,
Or are you
and
talking
and
about
replace
oh,
it
okay,
and
okay.
replace it with Megas, which Megas fan favorite, not easy to use, but I think easier to use.
Definitely a lot more
obviously-
straightforward.
Obviously allows some more, fun stylistic drafts where like, I know that there are better Pokemon, but I love Mega Charizard Y, so like I'm gonna grab Charizard or whatever. Could be interesting. I think that in my opinion, once you get much higher than maybe Paradox Pokemon, I think getting into the Mythics and the Legendaries makes the draft feel a little worse when you're lower in the pick. Because people there aren't that many good restricted Pokemon. There aren't that many good mythical or paradoxes. And with something like 14 people, you're taking out the top 4 of each category, and the gap between the top 4 and the middle 4 is huge.
Yeah.
And so, one person is going to roll up, like first place is going to roll up with, Urshifu or Kyogre or like, these crazy Xerneas
much.
or things like
Yep.
that. And 14 is like, I got Zacian, and Zacian is pretty strong, but it's not Xerneas. You know what I mean? And you didn't, you don't really get a choice for that. It's kind of the luck of a draw kind of thing. But maybe not. Maybe there are enough that it warrants it.
Maybe
I'm
everyone would get some.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
we'd
not
have to
sure. If
see.
there's enough bombs, like if there were like 15 bomb Pokemon that are just best in class, if everyone gets one, then that could be fun. And
Yeah,
then, it filters down. It's like, okay, well, now we have to pick the more reasonable guys, but everyone has their like one. What it would feel like is that all of us would feel exactly how Ryan feels right now with his team, because he probably feels that way with his ape, where it's like this ape decides my entire strategy. And then he can, but that's a fun way to play too. Like obviously Ryan has had a really good time like strategizing and figuring out how to counter the counters for ape and like keeping the other people on their toes. Like that's a cool way to play. I'd certainly be down to try that. And like you were saying though, champions would allow us to pick way more like niche picks, lower power Pokemon, um, a more like crazy draft with like, oh, this guy's picking Belly Bolt, stuff like
right,
that, which
right,
we just
right,
wouldn't see at all
right.
if
First
we
round
did go with the other
Scoville.
one.
You know what I mean? Like that would
Exactly.
be so
Yeah,
cool.
that would be.
Yeah, and on the inverse, like for instance, to my detriment, I didn't do very well this draft at all. I drafted great utility. Like I had a lot of options. I drafted Moongus. I have Ninja with Protean. Mimikyu has like free setup. I have a lot of tech, but I didn't have any direction. It was very, very hard for me to get into a position where I felt like I wasn't trying to respond. I felt very little agency, and I think that a draft like Ryan's with the Annihilate, or even Jeremy's with the Sneasler, Jay with the Archaludon, it makes it a lot easier to at least have something regardless of who you bring, they need to accomplish this goal, and it makes it easier to build a strategy with more direction like that.
Definitely.
We'll see. We're in the middle of our TCG draft, so it'll be a bit before we do this. I think that 2 back-to-back was a decent amount for some people. I think letting it simmer might be better, and maybe letting some of the other formats flesh out more and see kind of what is to come might be good, especially approaching Wind and Waves coming out, I think.
Later this year?
No, I don't
Is
think it is it, or is it next?
Actually, might be this year.
It's Christmas time this year or next year.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, that's exciting. I think it might be this year. But yeah, we could definitely do that. On the other hand, VGC draft is not only fast as hell, it's also like it's not like your TCG, and you can do it asynchronously, which is also kind of a fun time, is to do like we did the draft for VGC asynchronous was actually kind of hype because you had time in between the picks to like ruminate and think about it. Ripping that is pretty easy to do, like a little bit less involved than a 4-hour commitment for a TCG draft. And the games are much faster than TCG as well. So
That's true. I think you make some of that time back up though with I don't do an obscene amount of prep. Like I don't calc 1 to the speed of each Pokemon. I do some prep, but that's just not my cuppa. But for the people that do, that time is made up a little bit. There is some.
True.
You don't get to just
Very
log
true.
in.
The Michaels, the Jeremies.
Here's my
the
deck.
Ryans.
Here's how it. I'm gonna play it. Go, kind of thing.
Right.
Which you can do in the VGC, but you do lose some competitive edge. I think not doing that.
Yeah.
And so I think that is maybe time kind of gets a little.
I think you're right. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what format we select for next time, and I will be there for sure.
Absolutely. I do think that Regulation H is maybe, but that's okay. We got 2 full drafts out of it. That's pretty good. And regardless of what direction, there will be niche Pokemon played. There will be cool strategies put together. Something will have been undervalued and pop off. The way of the road. We, I believe, are about to get in.
Yeah, I'm excited. Final match. It all comes down to this. Looks like they're not in just yet.
See the last. But predictions. We've seen both of these players play now. If you had to put, $5 on it, where are you going and why?
Oh man. You know what? I gotta put the $5 on my guy Ryan. I gotta do it.
No. Well,
But
we'll see if you
boy-
get paid or not. They are in game.
Let's go.
Michael,
Let's go.
Noivern, Rotom Wash, the Trevenant,
Okay, cool.
Tinkaton,
Cool.
Arcanine, and Gengar. And on the side of Ryan, Annihilate Mousehold, Clefable, Empoleon, Cinderace, and Corviknight. I believe what he brought his last game.
Yes. Yeah, this is the usual suspects from Ryan. This is a new addition in Trevenant from Michael. And Rotom we never saw, correct? We never
Did
saw
bring it.
Rotom.
I don't think he ever played it.
Mhm.
Almost
It
assuredly,
could Willow.
this Trevenant is here for the Empoleon, and the Rotom Wash is here for the Cinderace. It's just whether or not either of them play it in conjunction with the other one that I think that there will be a lot of impact, because otherwise I think while they have their jobs, they're for sure not the stars of this team.
Yeah, and I also am wondering, he might have added in a little bit of tech onto all those guys for the Ape. We could go
Well, we know
Will-O-Wisp on Trevenant, Will-O-Wisp on Ape. Oh,
we
Defiant
know-
is here already.
We won't know from either team because it's the same starts from both.
He mirror-herbed.
However, Intimidate on Arcanine, Defiant on Annihilate, Mirror Herb onto the Arcanine, an insane turn 0 as we have two
Yeah.
guns pointed at each other, and this Mousehold is shaking in its boots.
Yeah, this is wild. It is important to note that Annihilate and Arcanine have the exact same speed tier. So,
Oh, a
I
speed
mean, it
tie
could be a speed tie, which would be
crazy.
insane in the finals match. Come on, guys. Like, let's not leave it to
Unfortunately,
luck.
unless Michael techs speed, he won't be able to, for instance, kill Mousehold with Arcanine and then kill Annihilate with Gengar. The Gengar will be the one that hits the Mousehold, assuming there's a follow me here, which I think is important for Michael because the ghost check otherwise is in his favor. Terra Electric, Dazzling Gleam from the Gengar,
Terra
so
Electric.
goes through the follow me, bulk up from Annihilate, and a Rock Slide kills the Mousehold, ignores the follow me, and a bulk up and a Terra have been used, but that Annihilate's already at 50% HP, and here comes that
Wow.
Life Dew Clefable.
Okay, so, wow, there was a lot to unpack there. Life Orb means that this guy can adapt his attack to try to kill Annihilate faster. We have another Follow Me option. Rage Fist is powered up. And the Terra is actually, Electric's kind of sick, because I don't think there's any ground coverage on these guys. We could see Earthquake. We could see Earth Power on Gengar. That was a crazy turn 1.
Yeah, a lot happened following a crazy turn 0. I mean, we have stats all over the place, Terras being sent. If this Clefable, it might be afraid to click follow me into the double spread from last turn, maybe opting to heal the Annihilate, but could in turn put it in danger by letting Michael target with those more powerful, single target stab moves. It'll be interesting whether or not maybe Michael is choosing to ignore the Annihilate and just say, throw up your walls, put up your buffs, I'll just kill everything else and we'll deal with you later. I'm still at 2 mons full health.
Yeah, this is wild. If I'm Ryan here, I think I may go Life Dew and then try to throw out either a Drain Punch onto Arcanine or a Rage Fist onto one of them too, hoping for the knockout. The Arcanine's absolutely the target. I mean, it's × 2. It's going to kill anything on the field
It's
here.
time to, again, that speed tier thing we don't get to see because, oh no, we do get to see. Who went first?
Yeah, so this time, if it was not
Yeah,
a speed tie,
If it's not a speed
then
tie, Annihilate is
Ape
faster.
outs bad. Uh-huh.
So if we're not
However,
in a
that
speed tie
could have been a
scenario,
speed tie.
yeah,
We don't
the Ape
know.
is faster, but if it's a speed tie, it's a 50-50 every turn, and those 50-50s matter. Because every time this guy hits, it's a nuke, and every time this guy hits, it's a nuke. So if this is not follow me, and this is a speed tie, we're literally in a coin flip, and I think the coin flip, low-key, maybe it solves the whole game.
Yeah. It is that serious. And now, actually, yeah, Michael gave us that little bit of a sneak peek into the Mirror Herb. He mentioned having run Mirror Herb into an Intimidator in the mid-season, and he runs it here for finals to make sure that Arcanine is the strongest thing in the room.
It's a hard call out. I mean, you know it works because Annihilate can only have Defiant, but if you play the Intimidate into something else and they eat it, you're down an item. Rage Fist comes out into the Arcanine. It does get protected. A Fable with the Life Dew, so we're gonna get a a little chunk of our health back here, but fake out on the table, so Clefable can't stop us from doing what we want to do this turn.
Ooh, fake out is online here because he is defiant. He's not the other ability,
But,
which it could have been.
unfortunately,
Wow.
we still don't know the speeds because Arcanine protected.
That's true. Also, wait a minute. Do we know Annihilape's item? We don't. It could be Covert Cloak.
It could be Covert Cloak. Could be. It could. I mean, if it was Sash, then it's wasted. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Oh, because you would bulk up with the never Sash. Yeah. Could be the cloak. The cloak could be big. Fake out goes into the Annihilate with the Terra. Doesn't fake out or flinch because of probably a Covert Cloak. Oh, it does flinch.
No. Yeah. It just.
Oh,
it
it
just didn't
doesn't
hit
at
till
the
later.
end. Okay, so the flinch does go through, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
not Covert Cloak. That's a big knockout. Supporter down. Ryan down to his last two Pokemon, Cinderace and Annihilate. Michael's
Could be
still at
Lumberry.
two very healthy Pokemon. It could be Lumberry. Maybe a
This
Citrus.
is wild. I think he can. I mean, if he can kill Arcanine here with some move from Pyroar, or not Pyroar, but Cinderace, then he's set up with Annihilate. I mean, this guy's bulky as hell.
Is set up. He has gotten some hits in. I think it's a +2 Rage Fist.
I think
on
it's
top
plus,
of
yeah, or three, yeah, because he got faked out.
Rocks.
He got hit.
Oh, he got faked out. Yeah, it's +3. So +3 Rage Fist plus the 2x attack boost base. So the Annihilate is hitting you hard. But Michael's
Really
got
hard.
a lot of Pokemon he's got to churn through. Where Ryan's got these two, one super frail but fast, one pretty bulky, but the last one's health bar.
Yeah, this is. I don't know. I don't know if Ryan can pull this out with only 2 mons left.
Yeah, especially when we've been shown how bulky this Tinkaton is in
Yeah,
games prior.
I was just about to say that, dude.
even-
It's the bulkiest thing around.
Even looking at a Pokemon with a fire move, I just am like, I'm not convinced. It could Cinderace could be scary, and Michael feels like it is. It's a protect on the Arcanine and a swap it to Rotom Wash to eat a Rage Fist. Sucker Punch shown from the Cinderace. Now we're back into Fake Out territory. Wonder if we're looking at a Sucker Punch into the Tinkaton after the Fake Out, maybe sacking the Tinkaton to guarantee a knockout with the Arcanine.
Mm-hmm.
Protect on Annihilate, fakes out into the Cinderace, calling out the Protect, which is
man.
huge. He does
Okay,
flare
okay,
bits
okay.
into the Annihilate, so kind of a null turn. But Fake Out off the table is maybe a benefit to Ryan. Maybe Ryan came out ahead on that one.
Ryan is not Libero on Cinderace. He's actually Blaze, it looks like. So maybe it's like a Sash situation. Interesting.
If it's Sash, he's sad about it.
Yeah.
Because he
for
got
sure.
fake outed. And we'll have to see. I always forget about the berries. So yeah, you're like Lums. Citrus is a ton of health that could come into play.
Yeah, you know what? Annihilate could be. Yeah, I'm thinking it's Lum. It's either that or Citrus. You're right. I think he's run both during this season.
See, Michael.
It's always
down a
scary when you don't
Pokemon.
know what item they have.
Absolutely. That Noivern's Frisk, lots of value that he got from his games against Jeremy with that. Knowing those items can make a big swing in your decisions, especially in a scenario like this. Electric on the Annihilate is good knowledge to have. Sucker Punch, it is Libero. Arcanine lives, returns a Flare Blitz to knock out the Annihilate, and now the Tinkaton is free to press Play Rough into the Terra. Maybe a call. Oh no, it's maybe a call out because Cinderace is a pure fire type. And Michael kind of with an explosive turn there, double calling out and surviving a hit.
Damn. It's crazy.
Wow. That was
Only 53% with a stab Sucker Punch. Damn. Okay.
okay. All right, well, we're into game 2.
Here we go.
So some things we know. It's Electric Annihilate.
Yes.
It's so we have a Sucker Punch Cinderace, which matters.
Mm-hmm.
Mirror Herb on the Arcanine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's big. That's
And
big.
the Arcanine lives Sucker Punch at 60% HP.
Yeah. Arcanine does not have Rockhead, obviously, because
No.
it is Intimidate instead, so it is going to hurt itself when it uses Flare Blitz like it did last game. It killed itself with that, but we also don't know what Rotom did, right? It didn't go for anything last time.
No, it just ate a
it
Rage
just died.
Fist. Did we gleam any other? If we're not really, the Mousehold died.
Trev wasn't brought.
Trev
We'll
was
see if
not.
he gets
No,
brought this
no
time.
Trev, no Neuver.
No Corviknight. I'm curious.
Oh
about-
wait, no. We only saw 3 of
Corviknight.
Michael's.
Yes, that's
So
right.
we know for sure. We don't know anything. We just know it. We know that they have an Arcanine, a Ticketon, and a Rotom that game.
And Life Orb Gengar.
Life Orb Gengar. That's right.
Life Orb
Okay,
Gengar.
then
And
so
that
then
does
it's
matter, yeah.
Trevenant or.
We didn't see Mousehold in that first game.
No, we did. It got one shot.
Oh shit, dude, you're right.
It was Annihilate, Mousehold,
Oh,
Clefable,
no.
Cinderace, and the Mousehold turn 1 got, or maybe turn 2. No, it was turn
jeez,
1
you're
got
right.
one shot. Yeah.
Yikes.
It just felt like we didn't have one because it didn't do any of the normal Mousehold nonsense. I would love
did
to see
feel
a
that way.
population bomb.
Dude, me too. I've been like fearing that it's gonna happen. It's just it's been more of a supportive mon this whole series so far, but I'm thinking choice band, technician, population bomb. Let's just see it.
Full attack EV.
Yeah. Let's do it. Why not?
Send it.
That
One
is
shot somebody.
surprising. Especially like if you led it with Ape and they're like, oh well, yeah, he's gonna go beat up here.
All right, so we're in our Tailwind mode this time. Responded to with a good call out, Corviknight. We're gonna get a Frisk here. It's Weakness Policy Rocky Helmet.
Weakness policy,
So it's a bulky
okay.
Corviknight. You have to assume we can't get Tailwind copies here, so nobody's gonna win the battle unless one person chickens out of the, out of the game of chicken and chooses not to click it, and then we'll see Rotom Wash here. Electric good here to check the Corviknight and the Empoleon. A good position for Michael, I think.
Yeah, knowing Rocky Helmet is on Corv is nice. Knowing weakness policy is actually huge. So only way Ryan is probably going to get this weakness policy off of is if he surprisingly lives some sort of super effective attack. Like, I don't think an electric, like Volt Switch wouldn't kill Empoleon here. So that would obviously be really helpful for Ryan. But also he could Terra into a type that, he's not expecting.
All right, looks like the Noivern
he's doing it
taunting
anyway.
the Corviknight, Volt switching into the Empoleon, giving
He's
him the
doing it
weakness
anyway.
policy. He doesn't care. He says this Empoleon Pokemon is not real. Michael
Wow,
taunts the
that's bold.
Corviknight so it can't Tailwind. We'll see what he chose, if he chose an attacking move or not. Take a ton of here,
Tailwind
fake
would
out
be,
pressure
yeah.
on the table. And
Yeah.
he can't Tailwind, but Ice Beam takes Noivern to Sash.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Empoleon's not fast enough to make great use of this weakness policy here. It's going to get faked out, maybe.
Yeah, I would have to assume it's a fake out into the Empoleon and then a Nightwing Tailwind and then die
know
to
what
the
would be-
Corviknight would be my guess, just to
Yeah.
guarantee that you get it up for whoever comes in next. Protect from Empoleon, fake out.
Good protect.
Slot. There's the Tailwind, and I would assume, something like a
Yeah, nice.
U-turn or something not very committal.
Good to take him
Body
out.
problem, absolutely.
We
and
saw
you get
how
to
much
drop your
damage he
taunt
did.
as well.
Yeah. The amount of damage that a 1 HP Noivern did last
Absolutely.
time was obviously a little bit scary. So
Now, I'm wondering if maybe he's not happy about this U-turn because he has to show his hand here a little bit. If he wanted to do something tricky, interestingly, having a Cinderace here makes me think that maybe a Nightlamp isn't here.
yeah, actually, might not be.
I'm gonna bring it up. This is the third time this broadcast, but the pledges are on the table, people.
Pledges.
The
We could
pledges
see
are
that
on the table.
Water, fire pledge.
It would go crazy.
It doesn't do. Unfortunately, the problem that I saw in my research when I was researching doing it is that you have to have both of them use the attack. If one of them is outsped and killed, it just fails. There's a lot of problems, and some of the combinations are not good enough to warrant all the setup.
Yeah, but you
you're
can
right,
let a
it is
dreamer
a
dream.
possibility. You definitely can. You definitely can. Okay, he's giving him more competitive boost.
Okay,
oh,
so
it's for that though.
we're
Oh,
mirror
but special
orb-
attack. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Where
about it.
our mirror was kind of useless. However, if the Annihilape's not here, it's not a huge deal. Special attack has been increased. Cinderace gets returned with stuff, but this Empoleon now is like a real Pokemon.
Is it? Yeah, it's slower than Arc.
Yeah, but it's
Slower
3x
than
special
Arcanine.
attack. Whoever it hits is going to take some serious damage if it's not fully resisted, I think. Like, this Arcanine is
Yep.
in danger without Terra for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. I wonder how he. Maybe we see like a cheeky Terra
Rotom Wash is here.
something.
Protect on the
Protects it.
Empoleon.
Is that double protect?
Oh,
double
it double?
protect.
Was it double protect? It was a double protect from Empoleon.
What
Wait.
a crazy play.
And the
Oh my
Arcanine
God.
comes in and takes a high jump kick, dying to the Cinderace.
Wait, that was so
Wow.
crazy.
What a
What
crazy
a bold
double
gambling man.
Absolutely insane call out. But it works out in his favor. He's now up 2 Pokemon, a 3X Empoleon, and
This
2
is crazy.
Pokemon in the back. All he shows is his Terra. Or no, that's not
Dude,
even
that's my
Terra, it's
$5.
Libero.
That's my $5 pick.
Holy
This
moly.
could be him. Wow. Okay,
Gosh,
we know
Ryan
he's
with
on
a-
a jump kick.
Yeah.
Yo, can we?
But he is -1 attack, so, you know, the fairy typing on the Tinkaton is negating the weakness from the steel. Going to be neutral damage with an attack drop, so I'm not sure if we're going to see another one-shot from the Cinderace unless it finds a way to get out of here. Players taking their time. That was a big turn for both players. I think a deep breath is good here. Reassess the board. Fake out comes out from Tinkaton into the Empoleon. Reflect from the Rotom. Eats a high jump kick, but takes 33% of its health only. And now Reflect is on the table. So Cinderace basically nullified. And if Annihilate comes in, if it doesn't have something like Brick Break, it's pretty neutered off the rip when it comes in here, especially without the help of its supporting bonds.
Yes, this is. Wow. Wow.
And
A high jump kick. If it gets
As-
protected, you lose 50%, right?
sorry.
Like if you high
Yeah,
jump
if you
kick-
don't, if it's unsuccessful, you take damage, I believe.
Dude, this guy's gambling so hard, and I absolutely love
Something
it. He's
something scary though. This
balls to
Empoleon,
walls.
for all of its buffs, is facing
Slow.
a steel and water electric type.
Yeah, it's. It's not looking-
It's gonna do some
not
damage.
looking
I'm not
good.
gonna say it's not gonna do anything, but it is not as scary as you would expect a 3x Pokemon to be in this position, especially because it's been 3x for what, 2 turns? It's not done almost anything. It's double protected. It's done nothing.
Mhm. We don't know its Terra type. He could Terra.
Okay.
What?
Is that a triple protect?
No, it
No.
It wasn't last time. I don't think.
Okay, high jump kick goes again.
It was
Another
twice last
33%
time,
health.
yeah.
Pops the Citrus Berry. We're back to 50.
Okay, wow, dude, heads up play there. High jump kick is amazing. It only did 36 though.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
reflect and -1 attack. It's so
Yeah.
neutered.
The reflect is crazy. Yeah,
All right, that's fake out off the table. Play
reflect is
refused.
actually genius. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Wondering if we're looking at this, maybe another play rough, just try to get this Cinderace out of here. Surely it's not another double protect. Was it a double protect?
Dude,
Was it for sure?
last time I looked back, I think it was, bro.
Protect.
I think it was. And
Empoleon
then this-
protect it was. Okay.
Dude, it was.
Okay, so
Oh,
he
he's dead
doubles
now.
into the Empoleon. The Empoleon goes
Yeah.
down, Annihilate comes in, but it's in front of a Reflect and a full HP Tinkaton, who we know can eat some hits. And now Corviknight has to deal with an electric type on the field.
We also know that reflect is gone in 2 turns. It wasn't light
Correct.
clay, so we can definitely use that to our knowledge.
Yeah,
But
so
I don't know about this.
Ryan's staring
This is
down a
intense-
type
intense.
weakness in one lane, and a bulky, can kind of just click play rough. And
hmm
if you ever get an attack drop, you lose. Ryan's in a good spot here. Or sorry,
He is.
Michael's in it.
Yeah, but honestly, Ryan's not in a bad spot either. He has a Libero, well, not Libero anymore, but he has Cinderace in the back. Fast, hits hard. It's gonna he can outlast the reflect.
All right,
There's Terra
Terra
Electric.
Electric on the Annihilate into the bulk up. Play rough goes. Not very much damage. Does get
Not
the
enough.
attack drop though, but Defiant
Oh,
gives it
wait.
to him double. Will-O-Wisp comes out, so we're fully committing.
Yeah, the
Burn
burn.
cured from the lum. The
Oh, and
Corviknight
he's bringing in
turning out.
Cinderace.
And now
Wait, this is
Cinderace
genius.
is here. What a turn from Ryan. Holy
Ryan is
stats on the
completely flipped it.
Annihilate. And
My
Michael's
God.
down 2 Pokemon. That was such a turn of tempo. I'm not sure what else there is to be done. This is all Michael has.
No. This is Ryan's got this. Ryan's got this second game locked in, I think now. Like, reflect is up. Okay, so you're right. Maybe not this turn, but they could even both just attacked. Maybe like Rotom outspeeds, right? No. Annihilate outspeeds. Annihilate outspeeds Rotom for sure.
Okay, so Pyro Ball misses.
Okay, misses
On
terrible.
the Tinkaton,
so-
an unbuffed Rage Fist takes out through Reflect, which is crazy. Critical hit
Oh, the
play
crit.
rough, but I don't know
It's
if
not
this
gonna
steel
matter.
type has enough in Disintegrates, and there's a Corviknight in the back that can just sit and Rocky Helmet chip you down. Unfortunately, I just don't think Ticketon has it, and we're going to a game 3,
Wow.
people.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay.
It had to happen this way.
I mean, we
There's
saw
no
two
other timeline.
totally different tempos of game. I mean,
Yes.
not bringing the Annihilate, while it feels so bad because he's so strong, ended up being the right call. He weathered the storm. He got his pieces in the right place, and it ended up being to his benefit. We're in a game 3.
Game 3, baby. So now what? Now what do we do? We had like you said, 2 very different matches.
Looks like we're getting a BRB to the bathroom.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
So what do we do
This
while we
is-
break? Play Pokemon.
Damn, I don't know. Oh, nice. Let's do it.
Okay, guess with any Pokemon.
Let's start with cast. No. I want to have multiple types.
Sorry, Gen
right?
1, Gen 1, Gen 1.
Okay, Pokédoll Gen 1. Let's go Parasect. I love
Sect?
Parasect.
Okay.
He's right there on the screen.
Okay, and everything it was wrong. It's not bug, grass, not in a forest, it's not orange or red, it's a lower evolution than 2, and it's smaller and lighter.
Go Magikarp then.
Okay, let's see
Except
what
it's orange and
Magikarp-
red. Wait, don't do Magikarp.
It's too late, it's already been put in.
It's too late, he's already...
Okay,
fucked.
it is monotype, and it is a stage 1. Or a basic for the...
Okay, it's a basic.
Basic
It's
with
not water,
monotype
though.
basic that is lighter than Magikarp. Not water edge
Lighter?
or forest, and it's not orange and red.
Wow, it's so light. Not in the forest is interesting. Diglett?
Show me Diglett. Not a ground, not in caves. It is brown, and it's heavier and bigger than Diglett.
Interesting. Not in a cave. Okay.
Nope, no cave, no water, no water's edge, no forest. But it is brown. It is a monotype. It's a stage 1 and bigger than Diglett, smaller than Magikarp.
Pidgey is flying and normal, so it can't be Pidgey. Dratini, maybe? No, it's not brown, though. Brown. Weedle is bug poison. Can't be that either. Brown. Farfetch'd?
Farfetch'd?
Fetched is actually flying normal, I think. Never mind.
Well, final guess here
Pikachu or
because they're
something.
back.
Oh, shit. Maybe Pikachu or something.
Well, that's not brown, so I'm going to go Kakuna.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Kakuna. Oh, that's also in the forest.
It's not basic either, yeah.
Pidgey.
This is tough. Dratini? No.
He's not brown.
Not brown.
Is it Geodude?
All right, they're in there.
Okay, well, we lose that. We're not good at
We
Pokemon.
lose.
We're in. No effort in Arcanine to start for Michael. Annihilate is back with the mouse hold. We're frisking. Let's see what we got.
He's
Covert
mirroring.
Cloak Lumberry. We're mirroring again, so
Okay.
we're back in a standoff here.
Yeah.
Brian says, I'm sending it how I started it with the ape. I respect that.
That's so respect. You have to. You have to. And I think, honestly, Michael's capitalizing here on that. He
Agreed.
knew that was going to be the case.
And you
so
know,
he
I
goes
think that's a
mirror.
gentleman's decision. I think that I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you can to win, and I will respond. I think that that's fair.
He knows it's
We have
Covert Cloak on
Tailwind.
Mouse. Good to know.
We have
Tailwind,
Tailwind
definitely an
available.
option.
We know what the Terra is on the Arcanine now, right? Or maybe we don't. Okay. Terra
I think
Electric.
we do, actually.
Taunt on the mouse hold. Beat up. All right, we're
Ooh.
immediately into Rage Fist
The taunt
on
is
lawn.
not great here.
Rock Slide comes out. Needs a flinch here. God gets the flinch
My
on
God, he
Annihilate.
gets the flinch. Wow.
I mean, old reliable since Gen 1. If there was ever a GOAT move in the game, it has. If it's not fake out, it's got to be Rock Slide. Holy moly.
Oh, that is insane.
And now
can't
Mousehold
believe
is
he
taunted, so it
outsped.
can't even follow me.
Wait a minute. How did he outspeed here?
192 to 156. Oh, light zero.
oh, no,
156. Oh, it's speed tied. It was a speed tie. It has to have been.
Yeah, wait a minute. So,
Right? Because he got outsped by the Annihilate in game 1, so it has to have been a speed tie.
dude, so not only did
Not
he
only
get
does he hit the
flinch,
flinch, he also wins the speed tie. That is
That's insult to
brutal in
injury
the
right there.
finals.
Arceus is looking down on this game and he's clearly choosing a side.
I mean, if there was ever a side that we thought that they would choose, Mouseholds gets out of there, protect from Annihilate, and Empoleon's here to play. Tailwind from the Noivern. Flare Blitz does go
Tailwind's
into
massive.
the protect.
I don't think we can do anything about
But a Tailwind is really scary. Empoleon does check this Arcanine without Terra, but Michael might just Terra. He could also just swap. I think that he's not very scared about this type matchup.
Unfortunately, we know that it's Sash on Noivern. Noivern's not going down easily. It's going to
Correct.
take
And
2 hits.
We do have a super juiced Annihilate here, but he now has no protection, Tailwind up, and
No defense
protected
boost.
last turns. No defense boost as well. So even just neutral moves from these two at 55% HP is going to be enough. I wonder if you just get him out of there and drop the attack boost. Losing this Annihilate feels so scary, although he did use it at the end of last game to some success.
Right.
But maybe it's okay.
And he swapped out Mousehold, right? Yeah,
He did.
it's... Yeah, he has Mousehold available for later, possibly, and it has Covert Cloak, but yeah, this is scary. I don't know. Maybe you do just switch out Annihilate. Maybe that is the play.
Okay, we're taking out
He's doing it.
Noivern for Rotom, and we're taking out Annihilate for Mousehold.
Ooh.
Terra Ghost on the Arcanine comes in. He Flare Blitz the Mousehold to take it out, and now down 1 Pokemon from Ryan, but gets to choose his position. Terra shown on Michael.
Yeah, at least we have that Terra out. That's good for Ryan.
Yeah,
but-
Michael's scared of the water from the Empoleon being 4x. Good decision.
Mhm.
Cinderace is here. We saw this before at a good advail to Ryan. He did a lot of work from this position, but this Rotom Wash here kind of double checking, and the Fire and Rock being dropped off of the Arcanine means it's kind of scary without a check. I mean, he could get like doubled and die, but he's gonna do something if they let him.
I think he lives
Outspeeds
the Sucker Punch here.
Sucker Punch.
Oh, he
Doesn't live because
It's
of the
a crit.
Ghost Terra. No, it's a Ghost Terra. It's super effective. Reflect
yeah.
goes up. Knockoff takes the Citrus Berry away, but the Reflect has been up, and now we're 1-1.
Oh,
Good
Knockoff
heads
is
up
big
play
there,
from
too.
Ryan.
Damn, this
Knockoff
is
is big.
that was a good turn for Ryan here. Reflect being up, of course, is tough. Is painful.
One
But
more turn on Tailwind.
I
more turns
wonder
on
if the
Reflect.
Sucker Punch would have killed without a crit.
It did not
Probably.
crit. It didn't crit, did it? Oh, it did crit.
It did. It did.
Oh,
which is
holy moly.
but it is also like
Okay, it's
stab,
Stab,
Sucker Punch.
super effective,
He's
critical
Ghost
hit
type.
Sucker Punch. Holy moly. That
The
Terra really
crit
coming back
might
to
have mattered.
bite him, but it might have. We've seen that Arcanine be bulky in this bracket today.
We really have.
Get tons here, so Fake Out is
Fake Out.
online. Reflect is up, so we'll see if maybe a Terra and Empoleon feeling threatened by the Thunderbolt from Rotom Wash. We'll have to see. Fake Out almost assuredly going into the Cinderace if I'd have.
Honestly, you know what I think would be kind of a heads-up play if it works out is you switch out Cinderace. You get her back to being the fire type for later. You bring in Annihilate, hoping that they fake out that slot.
A Sucker Punch
But no,
into,
okay, we're getting
into
damage.
Rotom. Doesn't do a bunch. A Play Rough Respawn does. Super
Oh, no.
effective Volt Switch. Procs a Weakness Pulse. The Rotom is out of there. I wonder if Michael is
Wait
just
a minute.
not very threatened from this Empoleon because of his
He's
typing.
not.
Because he's done this
He's not.
twice now.
Yeah.
But now he does
He
it
said, oh
with...
no. Wait, in chat he said, oh no, he forgot.
But now but last time, I mean,
it
last
didn't
time,
matter last time, yeah. Oh,
the
it's Choice
Cinderace was
Band.
full health. Knockoff takes out the Assault Vest. That's why it's so bulky.
Oh,
The
okay.
Assault Vest. So no Protect on Tinkaton, which we already knew. Noivern is here. Tailwind is gone, so Cinderace is the fastest thing on the field with Sucker Punch. Then it's followed by Noivern and then Tinkaton. So it's what Cinderace does, and then Michael gets 2 to respond. So we'll have to see what happens here.
Wow, we had to wish that that Ryan had not clicked knockoff, but had instead clicked like, I don't know, surf or something for like big damage. But
Yeah,
of course
I think
Noivern
that
just, oh wow.
if we're in the vein of not being afraid of the Empoleon, right? I
Here we go.
don't see why we can't double into the Cinderace. Sash proc by the Empoleon. Doubling into the Cinderace just feels like the safer option to me. I'm not the one
Mhm.
playing.
Big Tailwind. He's prepping for
Big
the
Tailwind,
late game here.
Reflect for 2 turns as well means we're going to be pretty healthy going into this late game. One more knockout sets
Of
them
course,
to
kills here.
raise a guaranteed kill. Will he make the same mistake as Jeremy and leave this Noivern up to wreak havoc, or will he assumedly sack his Cinderace to kill the Noivern? It's an interesting decision.
Yeah, I don't. What if Noivern protects and then Tinkaton knocks out Cinderace? I wonder what Empoleon has besides.
I think
Knock
we've
off
only
Ice Beam,
seen.
protect.
I don't
Water
think we've
move,
seen
right?
the fourth, right? Surely it's some form of maybe Aqua Jet, maybe Hydro
Muddy
Pump,
Water.
Muddy Water Surf,
Yeah.
Sucker Punch into
Hydro.
the Tinkaton. Not very much, even though the Assault Vest is gone. That Cinderace gone. Ice Beam again. It must be something not very useful here because an Ice Beam feels bad even in the previous scenario. And
Still did a
now
lot of damage. Wow.
Ryan's last two are up. Reflect for another turn and 2 more turns of Tailwind. Speed firmly in Michael's control, but on the back foot, he's got some weak Pokemon, you know?
Yeah, he does. He does. This is a crazy. It's not over. I don't know which way this is gonna go here. How much HP does Noivern have in the back? 1%.
He's one. He procced Sash.
So wow. So he's so low here, but we don't have any. I mean, he could have Aqua Jet on Empoleon, which would
It
be.
could be, and
crazy.
he's hiding it, which would be insane.
Wouldn't that be wild? Holy, I don't know.
That would be.
We'll see.
That would be electric.
It really would be electric, just like Annihilape's type right now.
That
Annihilape actually hasn't gone for any attacks this game yet.
No, right? It was bulk up into switch because he was afraid of the double. Yeah.
Yep.
So half health with nothing to show for it. Honestly, the big value Pokemon in this set was the Cinderace of all things. I know that game 1 was Annihilate, but the Cinderace having a lot of pressure. Protect from the Annihilate means to keep that healthy. A double Protect comes out.
Doesn't want to get. Oh
Play
wow.
Rough from the
Okay.
Tinkaton. Volt Switch from the Rotom. He eats the
That
last turn
Volt
of
Switch
Reflect
would
with the
not
double
kill.
of Protect. No, but I think was trying to get the Noivern out for a cleaner swap, but now Reflect is gone, and you have to think you're kind of worried for your Tinkaton here, who's kind of your only damage. I don't know if.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
already
Noivern,
turret, right? You just Drain Punch. You Drain Punch to survive.
Noivern is faster than everything on the field, even outside of Tailwind, so.
The crazy thing is that I don't think Annihilape can kill anybody other than the Ghost Punch or whatever. That would do good damage. I think he still has the buffs from his hits earlier, but like his Drain Punch wouldn't kill Tinkaton here. Oh my.
Okay, Play
What?
Rough gets the competitive Volt Switch, takes out the
enough, though.
Empoleon. Now the Noivern comes in, and it's just the Annihilape to face off against Tinkaton, Annihilape, and Rotom Wash. Not the scariest Pokemon in the game, but there's a lot of them to be dealt with. Rage Fist comes out, takes out the Tinkaton,
It is
so
enough.
unfortunately,
And he still has the Lumberry. so we
Noivern
can't-
is faster than Annihilape.
It is. It is. I don't know what it has.
We'll have to see if Michael teched in. I mean, the Electric Terra surely is messing with his plans a little bit. A very tense endgame scenario here. 2 versus 1, but the 1 is healthy, and we have a 1 HP Pokemon, so he gets exactly 1 move with it.
How does he do this? I think he has to go Drain Punch into Rotom, correct? And try to live. He has to try to live an attack,
I would
and
think
then
so.
Drain Punch to heal. Yeah.
But if he doesn't kill the Rotom, it might be close. I'm not sure. Okay, Protect's out. Draco Meteor from Noivern. Hydro Pump. Draco might be enough. Draco is a lot of damage. It is 90% accurate if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, the miss would be crazy. Wait, the miss would actually be... But then he would get it off next turn if he doesn't kill him. This is interesting.
Draco Meteor gets off 7% HP. Rage
God,
Fist
Rage Fist.
into the Noivern so that if the Hydro Pump doesn't
Hydro Pump
miss.
miss? Oh,
And
wow.
by the skin of his teeth, a speed tie into a flinch on turn 1. Michael wins the Season 2 CCL Season 2 VGC draft tournament. There's a lot of words in that title. We'll have to work on that.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
But
Absolutely banger matches. Wow.
Banger matches. Even the games that didn't go to 3 were absolutely electric to watch. Wouldn't
So
have casted it with anybody else. Final thoughts on before we sign off, Mister?
This is beautiful. Can't wait to do it again. Can't wait for the competitors to watch this stream back so that they can correct us later and be like, "Oh, you were talking about this. It was actually this," and that's fun. That's a good
the
time.
way of the road.
Everyone played well. So many game 3s. So many crazy like swaps. Everyone improved so much this season for sure.
Yeah, I think outside of a singular ape game, and nobody felt like they got swept out of the game. I think that everybody got to make calls and predictions and plays and cool plays. Everybody got to highlight their teams, I think. I think that we couldn't ask for much better of a finals than we got, and I can't wait for the next one as well. But for us, at least, I believe that is it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
It was a pleasure.